Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the world of Edarastrix. We are rejoining the main campaign this week after our two one-shot sessions last week.
Woo!
Which went pretty well. You guys, Frost and Jay, are gonna have some new information to find out. You're gonna have a nice little surprise. If you don't watch the VODs, then you'll have a nice little surprise. If you do watch the VODs, maybe you'll have a bit of knowledge of what's coming. But that is,
I think if it's spoilers for the story, then I'm happy I didn't watch it.
it's not really spoilers for the story, but there's some interesting stuff.
I'll just say I know the place. If you ask me if I know the place.
But today we join you guys back at the Broken Horse Tavern, where you spent the night. Frost managed to insult a couple of people as his last act of the session.
Elko fucking care.
That was wild.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Everyone, everyone was in a pretty, not great mood at the end of last session. All of your characters were not super happy. Frost having insulted someone, Jayviel having had
It was not meant as an insult.
a moral crisis earlier in the day when he tried to rob some guy.
Existentially speaking, I'm all over the place.
You should have pulled a Frost. Still stand behind it. You should have pulled a Frost.
Pearl is just pretty tired of everything that's going on. She she came out for adventure and she found chaos. Maybe not what she was looking for. Yeah. And Zakonis, he's been traveling with these new people. He's not used to being out in the world. So he was working off a hangover as he went to bed last night. So one of you is gonna wake up, and I think it is Jayviel. Jayviel wakes up next to the barmaid from the Broken Horse. The one that
see, we've removed the element of choice from.
Well,
I'd worked on multiple versions of what happened behind closed doors.
Well,
when the barmaid appeared,
we don't know what happened. Yeah, but you guys are still in the same room. Anything could have happened.
Anything could have happened. It probably did.
Yeah,
they played chess until they fell asleep.
Jayviel wakes up next to the barmaid. It's a pretty warm morning. It's a nice morning. There's some sunshine coming in through your little room window. Run down town of Garradin. Guys, as you guys came here, you noticed that it is very run down. It's very poor. There's a lot of crime-looking people here. Everyone looks a bit ratty, a bit raggy. All the buildings are a bit shodden. And yeah, you're looking for Duknen. Your way on your way to the next city. You've also come across a cult of people.
Not the cult of Puck.
No, who are seemingly using chaos magic and trying to get people to join them. And downstairs you hear some shouting downstairs, Jay.
Okay. I'm going to. I've been awake for a moment or two. The barmaid is still asleep, and I'm just contemplating. I'm having to think. It's been a difficult few days for me. I lost my way a little bit, and I've just been kind of thinking about the man I am and the man I want to be. And but I'm not 100% sure how to sort of necessarily deal with the situation I've put myself in. Complex feelings all round. So on hearing the commotion from downstairs, I'm almost relieved because it gives me the impetus to spring into action and kind of go, whoa, okay, whoa, what's this kerfuffle, rather than necessarily deal with the situation I put myself in. So I quickly read on some amount of clothing, which I won't get into because I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentle elf, and I make my way. I pull on my togs and make my way downstairs. But I am tentative. At the top of the stairs, I don't just run barging in. I'll kind of hover, at the top of the stairs, just having a bit of a what's going on before I fully expose myself to the room.
Okay, so you're having a little look.
I am having a peek, yes.
Having a little look at the top of the stairs.
I haven't got all my stuff with me as well. I've kind of left my stuff by the door. Door's just fractionally ajar. I've just crossed the landing, and I'm kind of like, is this anything to do with me? Do I need to head downstairs? Do we need to book? So I'm kind of like just weighing up the situation as much as I can.
Okay, so as you're looking and listening down the stairs for what's going on, you can hear some people shouting. It seems like an argument has broken out. Can't really make out the voices, what they're properly saying as of yet.
This is taking place in the bar area or outside on the street? Sorry,
in the bar area.
In the bar area, okay.
It's like
so it's just round the corner outside,
right?
Okay, yeah, yes,
and there's a little door separating the stairs from the rest of the bar at the bottom floor.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, you don't really know what's going on, but you can hear some people having a little argument. It doesn't sound violent or anything, just
raised voices.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, can I attempt to open up the door stealthily? Can I try and crack the door to get a better look at what's going on, but without notifying them to my presence?
Do me a stealth check.
I'll do you a stealth check.
First roll of the session. Let's go.
Woo!
Does it get advantage then?
Come on.
No.
That would be a fun rule. First roll has advantage.
Stealth check.
17. You crack the door open. You can see through, and you can hear what they're saying. They don't notice you. But yeah, you can see the bar owner shouting at a few people in very long black robes, the golden insignia on the front. And he's sort of going, shoot, get out. No, come on, you're not welcome here. You know that. You're not allowed to operate in here. Get out. And they were going, oh, come on. What are you talking about? Let's just do our shit, man. But he's sort of like walking them out and shooing them out as they're arguing.
Okay, do I recognize the insignia?
Give me a perception check.
Certainly can. Perception check. Come on. That's a 16.
16. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to the one you saw on the letter.
Okay, so this is the kind of Hydra-like, snaky, swirly thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and they are now being shooed out the door.
Yeah, as you're watching them, they're sort of being shooed out by the bartender. They're pretty close to the exit now.
Okay, so as they're being sort of. I'm essentially going to follow that movement. So as they are leaving the door, I'm kind of like sliding into the room, kind of like just staying outside, but kind of following up because I kind of want to see, where if I can peek, let's see where they're headed. Like they're getting on horses, that sort of. I'm trying to get a gist of.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to keep my distance, but I'm tracking with them.
Yeah.
And yeah, if they're fully ejected. Then I think I'll go over to the owner.
Okay,
and kind of approach the owner maybe to find out more.
Give me a little perception check. Just
a little perception check. Yeah, no problem.
21. Okay, yeah. With that fucking nat 20, you hear one of the people in robes says, "Oh well, let's go back to the hideout. We'll make some plans."
Ooh.
And then they all walk off to. You see them walk out the exit and then go turn left. Down.
Okay, walking off. I'm torn because part of me knows that they're on their way back to the hideout. I'm determined to I'm as you know, I've been having an existential crisis, so I'm feeling quite useless on this trip, and I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I'm kind of woken up with a little bit of renewed vigor. I don't know where that came from, but I've got a little bit of vim back in me pipe, and part of me feels like, hey, hang on a second, I might be onto something here. So part of me wants to follow them, but I know I've got my other party members upstairs. I think I want to trail them. Can I trail them? I know this is risky, but I feel, and I don't really want to split the party, but I don't want to. These guys have got the insignia, and they're on their way to a fucking hideout.
Yeah, you can.
So I feel like I could possibly potentially find their hideout before anyone else has even had their bacon sandwiches, and then that might give me some sense of self-worth.
You can trail them as you want. Give me a stealth check just to see how well this goes.
Okay, right, stealth check. Here we go. Come on.
14. Okay, yeah, you managed to just stay out of sight as you trail them through the town, and that is when Pearl wakes up. Pearl, you went to sleep in a pretty bad mood, putting up with some bullshit the day before.
Yep.
Yeah, you're just in your room. You've got your backpack with your egg and stuff near you. You've got all your stuff. You managed to get a room all to yourself. Just like Jayviel, the sun is coming in through a little shitty window. You can tell it's going to be a nice day. You may or may not remember where you fell asleep. It's been a pretty wild ride. Yeah, you've just heard some shouting and it de-escalate. What are you gonna
do? Well, hearing it having already de-escalated, she's probably gonna give it a few beats before going down there herself, because she's not in the mood for angst right now. She already has a little bit of her own, so she's gonna give it a little bit.
She's a shenanigan-free zone.
Maybe just like meditate a little bit, just start the day off slow, and then make her way down after like 5 or 10 minutes. Just check with herself before starting the day.
Oh, what?
Oh, she's gone.
And she's back.
And she's back.
Bill's got method as well. She's like, I'm just going to take a moment.
That was a quick moment.
My Discord just restarted.
Quick moment then.
I keep.
I don't know. There wasn't an update or anything. So
I'm using the test version. I don't know what I've ever had before the normal version of Discord, but
I don't know.
I've not had this issue.
So
and fine.
But yeah, she's gonna just meditate for 5-10 minutes before heading down.
Okay.
And
as you are meditating, you feel the memories of yesterday seep out of your mind, and you see a little twirling blue light, little stream of light go into the ring, and then the ring glows blue, and then it goes back to its normal color. Yeah. That happens.
I am noting that down.
Cool. And then you want to go downstairs?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. As you're going downstairs, you notice that Jayviel's door is open and there is a sleeping barmaid in his bed where he should have been.
Let the door open. Oh my Jay. I'm totally not going to do anything with that.
She's gonna kind of knock on the door.
You knock on the door and the barmaid goes, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Can we make her sound a little bit less rough, please?
Well, she's.
Yeah, you knock on the door, and the barmaid goes.
All right, love.
She's you guys probably have been smoking a little bit of that pipe last night. She's got a bit of a sore throat.
Right now.
Thank you for that line of flavor text. I appreciate it.
Smoking.
Yeah, but she doesn't wake up. She just sort of does a little toss and a turn and makes some grumbles and there's 5 more minutes. Don't wake me up.
Al's just gonna shake her head and just be like, I'm not even gonna ask. Just not even gonna ask.
I don't know how
she's gonna
rude I
keep
want
going.
Frost to be.
She's gonna like carefully, like quietly just pull the door closed and then continue making her way downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, you get downstairs and there's just a couple of people sitting on the tables around. There's a bartender sort of washing up, doing stuff, cleaning some glasses at the bar. No signs of any fights or scuffles or any of the argument heard before. Everything seems very calm and chill now. And you also can't see Jayviel. Nowhere in the bar.
Which is, of course, where I would usually be found.
Yes.
Can't go without your breakfast beer and pie, right?
All right.
She's just gonna walk straight up to the bar and just kind of quietly sit on the stool and just kind of get comfortable, stretch a little bit, just settle into the stool. She's not really sure what to do right now. She wants food.
Okay. Yeah, you sit down and the bartender says, "All right, love, did you sleep well?"
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, you'd be the first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most people, they complain about the rooms, but I'm glad you had a good one.
Well, I mean, I can sleep on a rock floor, so I'm comfy anywhere.
Oh, like a permanent waterbed.
A waterbed would actually be really nice.
Wouldn't it? Be great. Anyway, what can I do for you?
What, do you have any food cooking yet?
Yeah, we got some bacon going in the kitchen. We got some lettuce if you want it. We got the house salad, which is just lettuce. We can't really afford anything else,
I don't even have to eat lettuce anymore. I wasn't
the
going
house
to.
salad. Love that.
Salad. I wasn't even going to order any more lettuce.
You know what? I think I would like a house salad, but can I have some like cut up bacon mixed in with it as well?
Oh, you want the chef's special salad? No worries.
Sounds perfect.
All right, coming right up. It'll be here in a couple minutes.
Thank you.
As you're waiting for your breakfast to be cooked, Frost also wakes up. Your room didn't have a window, so you don't know what time of day it is.
There's probably a hole in the wall somewhere, right? Can I roll perception to see if there's any holes in the wall?
Yeah, go roll perception to see if there's a hole in the wall.
I mean, given how run down the place is, it's not super unlikely.
Well,
12.
yeah, there's a little hole in the wall, but behind that hole is just a brick wall.
They have double walls. Surprising.
You think it might be the wall to the building next door, maybe, but you're not sure.
All right. God damn it. All right. I go down, and as I walk down, I knock on the door. I don't know whose door do I pass first. Is it Pearl's or Jayviel's?
The first door you pass is the Cronus's door.
Somehow Puck urges me not to go in there, as I don't think I'll get any interaction out of it, quite frankly. So I just pass the Cronus's door instead and leave him napping, or not. Maybe he's awake.
Nice.
I knock on the door. I'll knock on the door. See if there's any reaction. Is it locked?
On the Cronus's door?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just hear him snoring on the other side.
Okay, so it wasn't a Jayviel that snored really loudly.
Yeah, well, you know.
Anyone I've been drinking.
Anyone I've been drinking.
Working off a hangover.
Yeah, all the time, yeah.
That's fair. Okay, so I figure, yeah, okay. So, yeah, he probably has a hangover. So I leave him to it. And I go to whoever party members next door I cross.
That would be Pearl's.
I knock on Pearl's door. Is it still locked?
Yeah, you knock on Pearl's door, but you don't get any response.
Okay, I assume she's not there. And I go to Jayviel's door and knock on Jayviel's door, and you already said that was unlocked. So...
Yeah, you knock on the door, and it cracks open slightly.
And I go, Jayviel, are you in there? But... Because I don't notice his snoring.
Yeah, you can't hear anything.
Okay, but given that the door's open, I just walk in.
You walk in and see the barmaid sleeping in the bed.
I don't know if I want to wake her up. I kind of do, but I feel like even Frost has limits, you know?
Does he?
You know what?
Limits on what?
Yeah.
I think it's time again. I've rolled 1d2.
Hey.
If it's a 1, I wake her up. If it's a 2, I just leave it be.
Okay.
I feel like me and Facey should have engaged in some like one-to-one chat ahead of time, because I don't want Facey playing the barmaid to misrepresent. Because I've got my own whole private role play that took place last night.
I mean, I'm fine with you doing the barmaid if anything happens. So 1, I wake her up. 2, I don't do anything. All right, let's go. I think this should work.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. It's a 1. So I give her a slight nudge. I try to wake her up.
She wakes up and sounds surprisingly a lot like Jayviel.
Oh, I see you've been smoking that pipe, have you?
Oh, right. Right now I get it. There's like some dark magics at work here.
All right.
Yeah, you can now play the barmaid, Jay, when Frost wakes you up.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. So I say, I hear you've been smoking the same pipe that Jayviel has, because you sound about as sore throat as he does. You don't happen to know where he went, because your door was unlocked, and that's not something he'd usually do, I'd say.
I look around. I didn't notice him leave.
Well, I mean, he's really sweet. He wouldn't want to wake you up.
He is very sweet.
I'm just very concerned about where he is, because leaving his door just unlocked like that does not feel, especially with his stuff still here. That I know is because you left it here, right, Jayviel?
I did. I left my bag, next to the door.
I noticed Jay's stuff. He would not. So he's probably going back, right?
I'm sure he won't have gone far, darling.
No, especially with his stuff. No, okay. Hope you don't mind me waking you up. It is day. I can see from my room. Right there. That was just wall, But.
Well, no, but if you don't mind, I'm not decent right now.
No. I can imagine. You clearly. Smoked.
Well, I'd rather you didn't imagine.
You clearly. I was not implying that. I'm not trying to anyway. I was not trying to. Oh yeah, I'll say that. I was not trying to imply anything. I was just like, you smoked a lot clearly, and I don't know how often you do that, but I know it can do a number on you if you're not used to it. From personal experience, I know it can get you quite fucked up.
Well, I have to say, this is a very odd conversation to be woken by.
I get that a lot, actually. But yeah.
I can imagine.
I'd rather you didn't.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
I'd rather you didn't. I'll say that. I'm like,
Okay.
I can't help. I have to do it line.
It's trying so hard not to say it.
All
Well,
right.
if you don't mind, I'd quite like to get dressed, if that's all right.
Yeah. Of course. I was not. I'm hoping she has the sheets, the bed
Oh yeah, the
covers her.
sheets are all.
Great. I'll leave you to it. I don't know how to lock the door on the outside, but I do suggest you probably lock it.
This is my bar, darling. I'll be fine.
If you say so. And I'll just go down to see if Jayviel's there.
Okay.
And also if anyone else is there.
So you're going down to the bar.
Yes.
You go down and you.
Sorry, Jay. By the way, I couldn't help. It's just a good opportunity to pass up on.
You see a couple of people sitting on some tables, and then your eyes wander over to the actual bar, and you see Pearl waiting and sitting on a stool.
And I see no one else.
Wait, you see the couple of people that were just.
But I see none of the. I know Zakonis is sleeping, but I don't see Jay at all.
You don't see Jayviel, no.
No sign of those two gay guys.
Nope. The gay guys are gone.
No, he didn't. Jay went after them. Right. No, I go to Pearl and I ask you. Good morning. You haven't by any chance seen Jayviel, have you? Because he was not in his room, and he's not outside either. Have you checked?
I have not checked because I am hungry.
Can I see from the outside if he would be there? Are there enough windows where I could reasonably assume?
You can't see anything outside.
Actually, okay, so I'll do the next best thing, and I ask the barkeep for one, a breakfast beer, because I can drink them again now, because I'm done with the letters. And I ask him, you haven't seen that sciencey looking chap run off, have you?
It's sciencey looking chap. Oh, you mean your pal? No,
Yeah,
I haven't seen him at all today. No.
Not at all, because this arouses somewhat of suspicion, given that Jay's bags are still in his room. So I go back to his room. I'll still pay for the beer, by the way. I'll get it later. I'll get the beer later.
Message to him.
He's not in his room. His stuff's still there. Barman hasn't seen him. I don't feel good about this. So I use an item that I've been saving for a bit that I still have, which is called a note of sending.
Oh, you're gonna use the note of sending?
Yes.
Sweet.
Can I reuse it?
Yeah, it comes back to you once Jay replies, or once whoever replies.
So I'll use it, and I get to say 50 words to Jay, right?
Yep.
Assuming that hasn't gone 1,000 miles away.
Yeah. It's got a pretty long range. If he's out of range, then you've fucked up somehow.
just another plane of existence. So I write on the note using some of my supplies that I have in my bag, because I sleep with my clothes on and my bag with me at all times.
You can have a writing utensil.
Yeah. And alright, Jay, I noticed your stuff's in your room. Your room is unlocked. You're nowhere to be found. Barman hasn't seen you. Where the fuck are you? I'll just write TF instead, because it's shorter. It's like one word.
Okay.
Canon's one word. And I send it off.
You send it off.
Wait. I said before I do. I also said, should I grab your stuff?
Okay.
Just in case something's happened.
What do you do to send it off? What's your little sending ritual?
It's a goose.
It just says it appears in the hand of anyone. So I'm just gonna say, with a magical poof, it disappears, and with a magical poof, it reappears in Jay's hand.
Okay, and with a magical poof, Jay, as your, give me a stealth check.
Okay. Oh,
no.
is his magical poof going to give me away? 11.
11. Oof. Oof. As you are following these people in robes through the town, you hear a little crumpling noise, and a little bit of paper appears in your hand, and it has the words that Frost wrote on it, which is basically, "Where are you? Your stuff's in your room. Should I grab it for you?"
Okay. And yes, of course, I'm able to. It doesn't just instantly return to him. I do actually get to send it back.
Yeah, you
right?
got 10 minutes to reply. If you don't reply, it just goes back with nothing.
Dude,
or you can send it back with nothing, or you can reply and send it back.
So
I think you can comment it, right, to make a message if that would.
What?
While maintaining my cool demeanor, try not to draw too much attention to myself, I quickly pull a because I've not got my stuff, so I don't know whether I have. I mean, you know what? I'm an artificer. I've always got a pen on me.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It's got one behind your ear, like a magic trick.
You
like,
can literally just pull a pencil out from behind your ear whenever you want.
So yeah, I quickly just lean up against something. Have a little scribble on. I just scribble. Might have a lead trailing some. May have a lead trailing some suspicious characters. Heading through town. Heading through town. Heading through town. Look after my stuff, and then magical poof it back to him.
Okay.
All right.
Magical poofs, and then.
Do I need to roll stealth? Because I don't want everyone to notice, right?
No, you don't have to roll stealth. It just poofs back into your hand, and you get to choose whether show it to people. I guess it's your little bit of paper.
I should not be given that choice. I'll just say. I say to. I calmly say to Pearl, "You're not waiting on breakfast still, are you? Because we gotta go."
As you say that, the breakfast comes out, and they put it in front of Pearl.
So, Pearl, you remember this weird piece of paper I got when we first got into Alteria?
She's just gonna start eating.
Or Alteria, which one was it? Dragonlight, what was it?
Drachibrana.
Drachibrana. I'm mixing them all up. Genlyle, Drachibrana. I got this, and I had Jay inspected, and it's actually a messaging device. And I used it to ask where he was. He's chasing some baddies right now, without any of his equipment, save the pen he has always, in even all the past sessions, has always kept behind his ear.
That's right.
And never left his side. This was not a detail we forgot. It was always there. Memory shit. This is what you're in chat. And he sent it back to me saying that he's in trouble basically, and I should probably bring his stuff to him, because if he gets caught, I don't want to know what would happen to him or what could happen. He doesn't have his gear.
What did it actually specifically say?
You can show her the note if you want.
I'll show her the note. Why the hell not? But keep it to us that I have this, because I don't want it stolen, because it's quite useful. And actually, it returns to me, right? If it's unrighteously,
she's not gonna
take
it to look at it. She's literally still eating while she's reading it. She's not letting you comforting her in her food right now.
Yeah. So the note says, what was it specifically? It said, got a lead following.
Got a lead on some suspicious characters.
Yeah.
Watch my stuff.
Following them now. Heading.
The direction.
Heading through town. Look after my stuff.
Can we say Jay knew the direction he was at, like north, east, south, west?
Well, Jay's not familiar with the town. He's just sort of following these guys.
Can we say he has a compass at him at all times as well?
No, but we can do some stuff later to see if he remembers the way.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's not much I can do, really, I guess.
Where's Zakonis? Have you seen Zakonis this
Zakonis, I
morning?
think, has something to deal with right now. I walked past his room, knocked on his door. I could hear him from the outside, snoring. I think after last night, he probably needs his rest, actually, for a day. And surprisingly, the tavern feels somewhat sturdy and safe. I was not expecting to get quite the rest I did tonight, so I feel like it's best to leave him here for now. Cope with whatever how many bottles he had.
Well, she's gonna like put her hands on the bar, having finished while you were talking.
That's a quick.
It was lettuce and bacon. It doesn't take long to eat, and you talked a lot.
You just screw that shit. That would be more funny.
It's fine. She's just gonna put her hands down and be like, well, I need to eat more lettuce because that was nice.
I
But
told you.
she's trying to annoy you with lettuce. Just like that. She's passive aggressive right now.
You know what?
Let's
because
go.
You agree with me? I'll pay for the extra lettuce.
Agree with you on what?
You said the lettuce is great. We need more.
Lettuce is nice. I never said lettuce
wasn't
wasn't nice.
another round of lettuce.
Oh god, I don't need more now.
Are you sure? I still got 4 heads of lettuce on me. This should last at least another day.
No, thank you. Let's go help Jay. Wait.
Right. I'll get his
heading
stuff.
through town.
He doesn't seem as directionally gifted as I am, but then he has a better memory, so that makes up for it, I guess.
I mean, I can hang on. I need to read a thing.
If only Jayviel was a phone, I could have marked him instead. That would have been a lot easier.
I think you'd have to see.
Yeah, no, but I can't even mark him to begin with because I'd just be dealing a lot of that.
As we're walking through town, I can keep just casting message, and if we get within 120 feet of him, then he'll be able to reply.
But doesn't that take a spell slot every time you use it? Oh, it's a cantrip. I guess that works. I'll go grab his stuff. You go through town, I guess. I'll message you. Just remember kind of where you went. Just say, like, next to the clock tower if you reach the clock tower, stuff like that. Just say where you are.
You're staying here?
I'm grabbing his stuff. You can go ahead. I don't want to lose track of him too much. I'll catch up. I'm quick. I've high athletics. And acrobatics. I'll just do, like, Assassin's Creed over the roofs. Actually...
I love the way Frost's character refers to his stats in RP. It's so funny.
She's gonna roll her eyes and be like, "I could out cartwheel you any day, but okay, I'll go."
A cartwheel doesn't go very fast, though, does it?
Looks like we've got a cartwheel off at some point. We're gonna have a cartwheel competition.
Of course, if Bill wins the cartwheel off, you could probably convince him that it's down to a carrot diet.
Yeah.
That's the next month of gameplay spoken for.
Hold on.
How did you get so good at cartwheels? My athletics are so good.
I'll add it to the side quest.
No, it would be seaweed. It would her she would say seaweed.
Cartwheel face off against Krill. Alright, it's added to the list of side quests I have. Apart from converting Jayviel to become a buckling, and finding 7 golden lettuces, one of which I've already acquired.
Okay, so you guys have decided that Pearl is going to go grab Jay's stuff.
No, I'm going to grab Jay's stuff, and she's going to cast a message.
You're going to grab Jay's stuff. Pearl's going to go follow Jayviel. Okay, so...
Do I interrupt the barmaid again?
No. Pearl?
Shame.
Yes.
Frost goes off upstairs to go grab Jay's stuff, and
then try to rejoin her as quickly as possible.
You can now sort of walk out into the town and try and find Jay. What are you going to do? How are you going to try and find him?
Okay. she's just gonna spin around with her hand out and randomly pick a direction and start walking.
Okay. Yeah, you start walking into town.
I'm biting my tongue so hard right now.
Why?
I'll tell you when it cuts to me.
You start walking into town. You sort of landed on the way that you came towards the tavern, so you're sort of going back on yourself now. It's kind of recognizable because you went this way yesterday. Yeah, there's just a few streets that you can walk down. There's a few sort of homeless people on the streets. There's a couple of kids out running around. Yeah, there's just sort of so basically you're on a street. On your right, there's a few houses, with a couple of little acres of land behind them. It's pretty barren there. And then on your left, there's sort of a more solid row of houses, with a couple of forks off to the left. Go down either one. But yeah, there's a lot of people around. Well, I say a lot of people. There's the homeless people and the kids.
She is going to probably walk up to the kids first.
Okay.
And she'll be like, "Hi, can I ask you guys something real fast?"
We're not supposed to talk to strangers, but you look really nice. So, yeah, what's up?
Thanks. Have you seen a man come through here with he has like dark hair and a long white coat, goggles?
I can't remember, but I think maybe some food might jog my memory.
Some food. Okay. She's just gonna rummage in her backpack and pull out a ration pack. And she's like, "Here, is this enough?"
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we saw him go down that road there, and they point to the second fork further away.
Great.
It was about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Be safe out here, okay?
We will, thank you, bye. And they sort of run
Bye.
off. They
Aw.
just run off.
Tell your food.
Okay,
I should have gone with Pearl.
maths.
Slap the stuff.
She's gonna start walking in the direction they told her, but because they gave her quite like a direct, like she wasn't expecting to get quite such a straight answer so fast.
Yeah.
So she's gonna walk slowly.
Okay.
So to give Frost time to catch her up before they get to Jay.
Okay.
But she is gonna start casting message every like minute of walking or like 2 minutes of walking.
Can I say I sent the
range.
note of sending to her saying which direction it should go.
Okay.
Just now that I mean I'm still on Pearl, but I'll just try to catch up as soon as I know the direction. Because you just went back the way you came, basically, right? What? What? What's so funny?
So you just want to send a note to Pearl saying, "Where did you go?"
Which direction did you go from the dead horse?
Okay, Pearl, do you want to send him anything back? You get the little poof, and the note appears in your hand saying,
Ooh.
"Pearl, where did you go?"
Head back the way we came. Then I've already forgotten what direction they told me to go in.
Kind regards, loves Pearl. Nothing sweet. Nothing sweet. Damn, just a straight message.
Head back the way we came.
Sincerely, anything.
Shut up! I'm trying to think of words. I'm trying to think how she would put what I'm trying to say. Head back the way we came. I was going to say follow the kids. That's follow the homeless people.
Follow the trail of homeless people.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
And then you send it back?
I couldn't think of any better way to word it.
And then you send it back?
Yeah.
Okay, when you send it back, that's when we're going to cut to Jayviel.
Oh, thank God.
Whatever you mean to say, Jay, you can say it now, I guess.
Is there a limit on the number of times you can send note of sending to a person in a day or something?
No.
Is there some rule? So literally, I mean, it's like text message.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all of this, like Pearl's out there like pinging like a submarine trying to get a bead on me.
Yeah,
They
basically.
split up. Like they're like, which don't they're going in random directions.
He's Morse code. I'm radar.
And it's never occurred. So I'm walking down the street. I'm still tailing these guys, and I'm starting to get worried because I've not heard back from my party after sending the note of sending back. I'm like,
okay,
it's radio silence from my party, and I cannot understand it because I know we have this really useful, reliable, and no hassle method of communication between us.
I could say
I've heard nothing back.
I can say I sent a message now, but only if you'd allow me to, Jay. If you want to go to a scenario where I don't, rather than a scenario where I do, that's on you.
I'm deciding right now because I'm the dungeon master, and you can't send a message right now.
Right.
Because we've cut to Jay.
Yes, we're maintaining the directorial.
Yeah, this is basically what was happening
purity.
While you guys were waking up and having breakfast and chatting shit.
Yeah.
So,
well, they're coming up with the message master plan.
Yeah,
this is what I'm up to.
We cut to Jay just after he sent the message back to Frost.
Okay, all right. So I'm not worried for the mental state of my party just yet.
Yeah.
I'm still trailing these guys.
Yeah,
that'll come in about 5-10 minutes time, where I really start to wonder where the fuck is my return
I love
message.
what Pearl's pinging in this message, by the way.
Okay.
I still can't believe you wouldn't be worried about my mental state at all.
I don't. Yeah.
You've known me for 5 days now. You're like, yeah, this guy's fine. It's just how he acts.
Well, I take the separation of like A unit and B unit to continue the director analogy quite seriously. So when I'm not there to influence the party, I have to keep stum. But fucking hell, you made that hard, guys. Use the note again.
So
okay, right.
We're back at Jay. Jay is sort of following these 3 people down a few alleyways, doing some twists and turns. And give me a perception check, Jay.
Okay, perception check coming up. 17.
17. You don't know where from, or you don't know why, but you get the feeling that you might also be being followed.
Okay, right.
It's just a feeling.
Like we're being watched.
But it seems like someone is watching the Watchmen right now.
Okay.
And you are the Watchmen in this scenario.
Oh, you put your weapons.
Okay.
But yeah, you're still trailing these people. You've gone around about 10 minutes through town now.
Okay. As I'm walking, I am trying to keep, because I'm an obsessive note taker. I'm trying to keep track of. Right, so I went past this. I'm taking in some landmarks. I'm trying to sort of, because obviously I'm trailing these guys because I heard them talking about their hideout. So I'm trying to learn the route to their hideout. So I'm trying to keep my bearings. But yeah, as I get the sense of being watched, I suddenly kind of feel like I'm very aware that I just dashed out without all of my gear. Yeah, what do I have on me? I'm just trying to work out what I would have in my pockets and what I would have in my bag. I don't know whether I have anything on me, like, because I feel like my dagger is strapped to my belt. I would have that.
Yeah, you.
But I wouldn't expect to have any of the stuff in my.
You won't have any of your like big weapons or your bag or anything. You've got your pencil, obviously.
Of course.
And yeah, I mean, if you want to say you put like a little belt on with a dagger, then yeah.
I feel like that would always be strapped to my hip as a kind of, that's part of my outfit, really. But no, I don't really think I'd have anything else. Well, apart from obviously my cape of billowing and my pipe,
Because
that's like keys, wallet, phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm quite aware that I'm feeling quite exposed now because if I'm being followed, I don't know by whom. I start to keep to the. Now I'm really staying out of sight even more seriously, and I'm sort of sticking to the shadows a little bit more. I'm hugging the walls a little bit more.
Okay, stealth me up. Do a quick little
stealth you up.
Yeah, do a quick stealth check.
I shall.
16. Nice. Yeah, you carry on. The guys in the robes don't see you. But you still get the sense of being followed. You just don't know where from. You can't see anyone except for these other guys.
You see, and what's the environment like I'm following them through right now?
Okay.
I'll tell you as to why, because I'm curious as to whether or not there might be some. Essentially, if my mind's racing. I'm trying to think of a way that I can potentially try and shake a tail, but keep an eye on them. I didn't know whether or not there was whether or not I could kind of maybe duck down an alley, try and kind of get up to sort of rooftops, or some way I can kind of maybe kind of throw a red herring, or try and slip a tail while still maintaining my lock on the guys.
Yeah.
So how feasible that is in the environment.
So the town that you're going through, as I said, it's quite run down. Everything's really dilapidated and sort of a bit manky.
Shanty town.
Yeah, it's a little shanty town. Some of the buildings are quite close together, so you've got some really thin alleyways between them. The roads are about 8 meters wide between sort of buildings, like the big roads. Yeah, you are going through a very broken down part of the town, even for this town that's already broken down. Sort of going through, you notice that the houses seem to get fewer and further between, and more empty and more broken as you keep going. You feel like there may be a few places you could hide in some houses that definitely don't have anyone living in them.
How far ahead are my other people I'm tailing roughly, and are they moving at a fair old clip? Basically, what I'm thinking about doing is, if I sense an opportunity, if I can maybe gain on them a little, while maintaining my tail.
Well,
the game away.
I mean, how far did you want to be? How far did you want to be?
Well, my plan is, I'm thinking if I can gain on them a little, so I'm kind of building up a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah.
Then maybe I could try and find either a rundown building or a doorway that I could kind of try and slip into to see if I can perhaps spring my own little trap for whoever might be following me. So that I want to pull that kind of maneuver if possible. So I really don't want to risk losing this tail, but at the same time, I want to give myself a chance to turn the tables on whoever might be watching.
Okay. Give me a perception check. See if you can find somewhere to hide.
Okay. 7.
7. Yeah, I mean, you look for places to hide. There's a couple of places you don't find anywhere great, because obviously you're still trying to tail these guys. You're keeping one eye on them. There is a broken down staircase on the outside of one of the houses that seems to go up to a second floor, but there's not actually a second floor there. There's just some broken down walls and maybe a floor that you can stand on. There's also a little sort of alcove in one of the alleyways. It's literally big enough to fit one person, and that's it. Other than that, the only things you can see are sort of maybe going a different route and trying to keep your eyes on them.
I'm going to I'm going to just try and get I'm going to pick up my pace a little bit.
Yep.
And then I'm going to just try and I'm going to kind of take one last look at my quarry and just make sure I I'm paying attention to what direction they're headed in, how far up they are, which like observing their pace, trying to lock that bearing in mind, and I'm going to slip into the alcove and just draw my dagger. So I'm going to just slip into the alcove and just hang there as long as I dare without losing my tail. But I'm just going to try maybe just spend 30 seconds, a minute, just hugging the wall.
Okay.
Listening for sounds, any footsteps, any movement.
Okay. Roll me 6d10.
6d10.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Roll 6d10. And just type it into chat. There we go. 34.
Okay. Around half a minute passes of you waiting in this little alcove.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're waiting there, sort of feeling a bit tense, you're like, oh God, who's following me? Where are they going? What have I done? I'm out here all alone with just my little dagger. And you hear a voice seemingly come from thin air right next to you that says, the dagger's not going to help you here, lad.
Oh, shit.
Shit. That's terrifying.
Is this like a mystical voice in my head?
No, it's
this
clearly
like a
coming
whisper over my shoulder.
It's clearly coming from somewhere, but you can't see where.
Is it like a message? Can you try to respond to it?
I think I need an underpants saving throw right now.
Yeah, you know, the
You shit yourself.
I mean, you can do a Constitution saving throw and see what happens.
Shit. Okay. I mean, now I'm really back in the alcove. I'm in two minds as to whether this voice. I'm presuming from the words it sounded threatening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what was it? What am I picking up from the tone of this?
It didn't. Give me an investigation. Or no, wait.
Yeah,
What's
insight?
Insight? Yeah, give me an insight check.
10.
10. Yeah. It doesn't sound like he's directly threatening you. But it did sound very menacing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just being there, menacingly somewhere.
I realise I've cornered myself, and that was scary. And it's been about 30 or so seconds, so I feel I'm worried about losing my tail. I'm going to peek out the alcove and have like one last scope about, see if I can see any source of this voice, any hint.
Okay, as you poke your head out to look around and see if you can see the voice, you see a head appear as someone takes a hood off of what seemingly seems to be a cloak of invisibility, and you can just see a floating head in front of you. It's an old tiefling man. He's about 5'5". You know, he's not super tall, but he's decent height. He's got like dark reddish brown skin. His eyes are fully black. He's got a really long, like billy goat beard coming down from his chin that you can now see. It's like puffed out of the coat, and it's all like falling down. He has a very sort of he doesn't look very threatening, but you can feel some sort of pressure or power coming from him.
He's a stand user.
He's got a cloak of invisibility, which is not, it's not a nothing item. So just straight away, that implies to me that.
And he says you better get following them if you want to find out where they're going.
Seems like you got protection with me.
I'm gonna say, I don't see what business is of yours. Who are you?
Who am I?
Yes.
My name is Dukenin.
Dukenin. I have to say, at the beginning of this session, you said we're on the lookout for Dukenin, and I'd forgotten why and where we got that information from. And I meant to ask at the time.
Wasn't that?
And now I'm a little embarrassed I didn't.
Wasn't that Face's contact that said he might know more about the eggs?
It was the tavern, our starting tavern, wasn't it? That was Beat Cleaver's bosses. Sorry,
wow,
partners.
I actually remembered something. I didn't even check my notes.
I think I have that. It's Duchnen. I've got it right back at the beginning of my notes.
Yeah.
It's just I wrote it differently in my later notes. Now it's more like
I pulled that right out my butthole.
Well done.
That just.
And I'm like, okay, so Dukenin, we were told to contact you by the guy's name.
Face.
Literally my name.
It was Face. Yeah. Literally was. Well, that's the problem, you see. Okay. You can't start messing with these inception levels of reality.
Whoa. It's my campaign. I'll self-insert all over the place.
I apologise. You're absolutely correct.
You play a character named Jayviel after Jayviel, and I play a character named Frost. That's like...
Yeah. And in fairness, I did wear sunglasses the other week for one of my three personas reasons. So yeah, exactly. Fair play. Right. Dukenin, we were Face in the name of the town. I can't remember anything today. The name of the town we started in. Suggested we contact you. I desperately want to talk to you, but you're right. I'm currently on something of a mission. Why don't you pop your hood back on and follow me, and we can talk.
I really have to pee.
Well, seeing as you were going that way anyway, and so was I don't see why not. And he puts his hood back on and says, "Lead the way."
Okay, so I quickly try and scurry to make a little bit of lost time, making sure I'm still staying stealthy and live, and I try and pick up the trail of our two shadowy characters once more.
Okay, you run to the end of the alleyway. Give me a perception check.
Yep. Come on, baby. Let's go. Oof, 7.
7.
That's not great.
It's not great. It's not great. And you can't see them anymore. They seem to have maybe slipped off down another alleyway. There's 2 alleyways in front of you, and then to your left there's a road that goes down. To your right there's a road that goes up. You get to decide which way you want to go. Give me a history check.
A history check.
Yes.
Okay.
To see if you remember
13.
which way they went at the end of the alleyway. 13. Okay, you know they went left at the end of the alleyway.
I was going to say, these are shadowy types. I was going to go down anyway. These seem like the sort of guys who would head down. So, good.
Okay.
Can I, as well, before I set off, because I've been so shaken by this little encounter. Actually, no. You know what? It's all right, because I've just remembered I've got my little guidance cantrip. I feel like I should have guidanced up, but you know what? I'll try and pick up the trail again first, and then I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah. That's when we're gonna cut back to Frost
Okay, I got Javen's stuff.
I'll be 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'll be still on voice though.
Because I didn't interfere with the barmaid apparently, so there's no funny interactions there. Buzzkill. I run outside quickly, grab my beer along the way. You'll get this back, I shout, because I left my beer on the counter still. Chug it down very quickly, leave it on a table outside as I stand outside now. I check the buildings. What is about, you say, the average gap between buildings right now?
Probably like 5 feet on the left-hand side, and then about 20 each on the right-hand side.
Like the row of buildings that I'd have to run over if I wanted to do an Assassin's Creed kind of moment.
Yeah, about 5 feet between each building.
All right, well that's I leave the beer on the table, the empty keg, or no, not the keg. That's a bit much in it. Just a what do you call it? Mug. I just leave the mug of beer on the table, and I try to climb up to fucking Assassin's Creed this shit and get a lot more view of the streets below, so I can check both streets at once.
Okay, give me a dexterity check.
Not acrobatics, just dexterity.
Yeah, because you're just climbing.
21.
21. You climb up to the building. You climb on the roof of the building, and you run along the roof.
I'm running along the rooftops.
Okay.
And I just want to say I can clear jumps up to 20 feet, without casting jump on myself. And then if I do have to cast jump, I can clear jumps of 60 feet because it triples my normal jump, right? And just if you wanted to say that I can't jump 20 fucking feet in a long jump, the world record is 9 meters. 20 feet is 6 meters, so I can jump 6 meters.
Right, well, you're running along the roofs of these buildings.
And I try to find, like, as I scout all the streets, just look down while I'm running along the rooftops to see if I can catch up with Pearl.
Give me a perception check.
I just run past her. What's perception? 18.
18. Okay, after a couple of minutes of running along the roofs, you manage to find Pearl walking down the street. Just, I don't know, humming a little tune maybe.
Alright, I shout.
She'd be whispering under her breath, probably.
I shout Zoe. I shout at Pearl. I'll go along the rooftops. I can clear more ground that way, and I can see a lot more as well. I'll go ahead, because I'm actually kind of scared that Jayviel might have fallen ill fate without his stuff. So I want to get this stuff to him as quick as possible. Who knows? He might die if he doesn't get his weapons. So I shout that. Is there any reaction from you, Zoe? Or do I just...
It's gonna send a message to you. And just be like, maybe try and keep your voice down.
Yeah, I'm just in the moment.
He's trailing someone. We probably don't want to bring attention to ourselves. I know that's difficult for you, but try.
I'm just zooming along the roofs. I think that if anyone saw me, they'd be followed. They'd probably follow me. I'm just very worried about Jayviel right now. So but I assume that's the green light for me to go then. So just keep running.
How are you going to find him if you don't know how...
You said he went this direction, right? I'll figure something out. I'll just scout the area below.
Okay, fine.
And I just keep on zooming.
Can we just take a minute to appreciate how concerned Frost is for my lack of items when he literally used a note of sending and then forgot he had it 5 seconds later?
Right. Yeah, I'm just so worried. I'll just say that. I'm not thinking straight.
Out of game, I appreciate your concern. I do.
Pearl's just going back to her whispering message, hoping that she gets an answer from Jayviel. And the thing that she is whispering, by the way, is, Jayviel, if you can hear this, please whisper your response. Sakonis is asleep, and I don't want to be alone with Frost right now.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to be, because I've ran off again. Jumping along the way.
She's just like, please, please.
Okay.
Don't be dead. I can't deal with Frost.
The sickest Assassin's Creed parkour you'll ever see.
Frost and Pearl, give me a survival check.
Oh no. Oh, actually.
Happy time.
14.
14.
Well, that's not good. I roll a 2, and I have a -1.
Was nice knowing you, Zoe.
A dirty 1.
Oof. Oof.
It's nice knowing you.
Okay.
Collapses from heart attack. Bites a dustle.
Yeah. Frost, as you're running along the roofs of these buildings, you manage to jump between some. You're doing some Assassin's Creed.
Sick parkour.
Yeah, you're doing some, but you're also doing, like, you know, when in Assassin's Creed, when the controls go kind of janky and you start jumping from one wall to the other, and then like climbing up and then accidentally dropping down and then climbing up and then accidentally dropping down again.
I'm losing grip.
Yeah, you're doing stuff like that, but you managed to. you look like the weirdest NPC parkour person ever.
You had to ruin it for me. I was just imagining this sick flow of jumps.
Oh yeah, you were doing that as well. You just, you know, your controls went a bit janky halfway through, and you started doing some weird shit. But you managed to get there. It takes you about 20 minutes, but you do manage to eventually spot Jayviel seemingly talking to himself.
Do I see Facey like basically running in midair and then slowly lowering down the side of a building, like when the bad guys are chasing you in Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
I can float. I just float down, gently float down, and then instantly die.
Yeah.
I just die.
You see. You see Jayviel seemingly talking to himself, hiding at like the edge of an alleyway.
I'll check if there's anything behind the alleyway to see if he's lost anyone. He's just examining, talking to himself. Frost would do that, literally like Geralt from the Witcher games. It's just like, I assume this. He just says it out loud. I assume he's doing that, and I check behind the alleyway. And is there anything behind the alleyway?
No.
On the other side. Okay, I'm noticing that. I gently climb down.
You climb down. Give me an athletics.
Accidentally jump off the wall, shoot in the other direction.
24.
24. Yeah, you managed to climb down and not hurt yourself.
That's my highest stat.
Jay. Frost is now here.
I give him. I touch him on the shoulder and I say, "You've got your stuff."
So it's been about 20 minutes. It's been about 30 minutes since you left the tavern. You've been following these guys for a while. You saw them eventually go into a building which is across the street from your alleyway. And it's been a couple of minutes since they went in. You've been talking to Dukenin.
You're also muted.
You are also muted. And Frost appears from the side of a building. Frost appears.
You had zero stuff. You know how hard it is. You know how hard it is to ride while you're jumping through rooftops, climbing on walls.
I mean,
when do you think I had the time?
You could have written the note instead of. Never mind.
If you were in danger and the note does make a sound, as I've noticed when it comes back to my hand, I try to minimize that. I would just.
Okay, well, maybe we should work on it. Maybe we should work on a system for this.
As you guys are arguing, Dukenin has taken his hood off, and now Frost can just see a floating head behind Jayviel.
And I've seen weirder shit, and I'm not surprised. And I'm just like, who's this fellow then?
This is Dukenin. I ran into him in the corridor. We've just been having a very cursory, non-plot crucial chat on the way here. But listen, you need to listen. you need to keep your voice down. Back in the tavern, the innkeep was having a bit of a run-in with a couple of shadowy characters, and I don't know. I recognised the insignia on their uniforms, and I had to make a split-second decision. They talked about heading back to their hideout, so that's why I had to trail them. It's why I had to just dive out like that. I didn't mean to worry you, but it just seemed like too.
Next time, whenever you leave the room, no, I don't care if you just got breakfast. I don't leave bed. I don't go to bed without my stuff on me at all times. Imagine if you get ambushed and you have nothing on.
Well, I kind of did get a little ambush, but that's a story for another time.
This is why we bring our stuff. I just completely don't get the hint. I just completely don't get the hint.
I slightly kind of just do my now customary like slight eye roll when I realised that I've been too subtle about my barmaid comment for it to land with Frost.
I'm just in the moment. I'm in the moment, all right?
He's in action mode, yeah.
Also, with my short-term memory loss, I'll say I've forgotten who Dukeman was, because I don't think we've verbally discussed it after Faye stole us who.
To be fair, you had a very different interaction with Face back at the
I didn't.
Yours was a bit hastier than ours.
I don't think Face mentioned that I should meet Dukem. Duke. I'm just gonna say Duke Nukem because it sounds like it. I didn't know we had to meet Duke
Nukem. Where's Pearl?
She has her stuff, and
I'm not asking about Pearl's stuff. Where is Pearl?
She's further behind. I can send her a note now, actually, that everyone's safe, or relatively.
Let her know where we are, get her to catch us up, but make sure she does it quietly.
Alright, so I write on a note. Pearl, Van Javen, he's alright. He's with this guy called Duke Nukem, who I've not yet spoken to, but he seems like a nice chap.
You've only got 50 words, you know.
I was going to say, I'm just sitting there like watching him scribble down this essay. Like, just let her
know. Quietly meet me, and then I give the location, which is probably like 4 words. What? Don't enter.
You can draw a little map if you want. It's your piece of paper. Draw a map.
Is that one word? Does that count as one word?
Yeah, you can have a little picture.
Okay, I'll draw a map, and I'll show you this is where you have to go, because I great spatial awareness, terrible name memory. We'll just say that.
Give me a performance check.
Performance?
Yeah.
Do you just want to compare my real handwriting now or something?
No.
14. Right, chat, make a note. When we play Pictionary in game, performance 14. Checks is what's required.
14.
Performance. You draw a decently understandable map.
But some. Yeah, well, luckily you didn't.
It's not perfect, but it's decently understandable.
And I also say, bad guys in tavern, don't enter any. And so that she meets up with us immediately and does not enter any taverns.
Starts off with an essay, finishes with a haiku.
She's gonna read that and just be and reply with, "On my way."
I ran out of words.
On my way, assume you mean Duke Nen. Why would I enter bad men?
I said Batmen are in a tavern. Don't enter any.
Yeah, don't enter any bad men.
Okay. Pearl sends a note back, and we are going to go for a little 5-minute break.
Okay. Just chaos all the time.
It's great, isn't it? It's great.
I'll slip in just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for 5 minutes. I'm gonna put some music on. We'll get some music on Tailspire, and we'll just yeah.
Oh, we're gonna finally use Tailspire. I just love the Tailspire. It's just the greatest bit. Well, to have a visual representation is quite cool. It's great.
Yeah.
Well,
break time. Let's go.
Well, Zoe, what?
I was just gonna say, what would be more great is if my internet would stop fucking up.
Mine literally completely cut out for about 30 seconds while Jay and Frost were having an argument about stuff.
Shit.
So
it was a very important argument.
Yeah, I'll be back soon. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
See you in 5.
I've missed Pearl.
She's fun.
I miss being this chipper.
I've been actually looking into the whole artificer thing. I now have a bit of a new idea as to where I want to take Jayviel's proficiencies and skills. I've been having thoughts about what my spells and things are going to be. So I feel slightly better out of it than I did.
I have not thought much about Pearl in the last couple of weeks. Except that I just missed, like, acting as her. There are some things about her backstory that I've been mulling over.
Right.
I think you make a great artificer, Jamie. You'll make a great one.
Thanks.
I'm really happy with my class, actually, because this is so basic. I can just pick powerful stuff and add more bullshit on top of it, and I don't have to think 10 steps ahead. I can just go like, well, this was powerful then, and if I add this, this will be even more powerful. Just a strong foundation is easy to make with a ranger, I believe, and it might not be so much with an artificer.
Well, one thing I'm realizing is I'm definitely like happy to. I'm letting the campaign take me where it takes my character. That's what I kind of decided quite early on. Is that I was gonna being a new player. I think it made sense to have a character that's kind of new to the world of adventuring as well. So I didn't want to overwrite him and just kind of go, but who does this fairly blank slate become in this world faced with these adventures? And I think that was probably the right way for a new player to start, or at least it was for me.
I had no intention to make Frost this unhinged. It just sort of happened. And it's still the funniest shit to me to just throw a coin. Do I wake up the barmaid? Yes, I do. I was just like, I want to do like a Geralt character instead. Just quiet, well calculated, and I ended up with probably quite the opposite.
I don't think Frost has calculated a single thing he's done.
Actually, there's some things
it's been lunacy.
I wouldn't have messaged Jayviel if I hadn't noticed he wasn't in his room, left his stuff. There's some stuff that I do calculate, and then I let go of everything as I make a plan. It's like, I need to find Jayviel, and that's the plan. But how I got to the point where I need to find Jayviel, like how I decided I had to, that was calculated.
Your idea of calculated and my idea of calculated are two vastly different things.
Clearly.
My idea takes a lot longer.
I think that's one of the things that's like kind of baffling and exasperating Jayviel a bit as well, is the fact that he's aware that he's a very inexperienced adventurer, and he's like quite blown away by like these different races and like people who have these amazing powers and stuff, and yet like there's this kind of missing common sense element that like my character definitely has. So he's sort of sitting there going, how am I that I'm the inexperienced one who gets pushed over in a fight, and yeah, I'm going. But the note of sending thing is such a good example. It's like, but this is surely you would just write another note.
I remember
cannot process that at all.
I remember I had it at the start of the stream and I completely forgot somehow. Also, I wish FaZe gave me a little more time. When you said I saw some some guys in black hoods with an insignia, I would have really liked to comment. Oh, those guys I called gay.
and then you wake up and the first thing you do is start hunting for glory holes in your room.
It's all a dream. It's all a dream. I wasn't hunting for glory holes, just trying to check the time in a clever way.
That's what they all say. It's Optimus was sick.
I thought it was a clever response to. There's no windows. I could have seen it through a hole in the wall. Given that it was a run-down tavern, and I didn't say it was, I think that was FaZe.
Your character strikes me as somebody who's like been out in the wilderness for so long, they've like forgotten how to interact with people. So it's like you confront people like you would confront like starting a campfire. It's like there's just objects that you need to crash together to make things work.
Just get things done, straight to the point. Let's do it. Don't care. I'm so happy because I thought when that my charisma is actually turning out, because I've had moments where I just like, I'll give you an item and we're good, but the moment I actually have to do like a charismatic thing, even in roleplay, whether Face lets me roll it or not, I completely fucked it up. Because I had to speak for once.
Yep.
And I think there's something fun, and there's definitely something funny about it. Like from an outsider's perspective, I'm like the most insanely deranged person ever. But from an inside perspective, you guys at least know that I do pack a punch.
Okay. Are we all ready to return to the world?
Good to go.
We're still missing Zakonis though, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately we are. Yeah, so you guys, you Frost, you Jayviel, and Dukenin are you've sent the directions off to Pearl. You're just sort of waiting for her to get there. And you now have a chance to have a little chat, maybe make some plans, see what's going on.
Okay. Right.
I say we don't send me in because that never goes well. But somebody has to go inside. Clearly.
I need to remember what is currently infused. I think I've got mind sharpener
and my armor,
and enhanced weapon at the moment. That's what I remembered having infused at me, because obviously I've got no time to re-infuse anything, so I've got to work with what I have. Because it takes it's an hour, isn't it, to do an infusion? I think it's a good while.
So it's something. It's an amount of time that you definitely don't have right now.
Yes.
I have an idea. I have an idea. As like Frost. Actually, guys, I have an idea. What if someone creates a distraction? I use my whatever you called it. What was it? Cloak. What was the cloak face?
Oh.
Where is it? Why is it gone? Why is it gone?
Well, if you want a distraction, I have
Cloak of Nature. Cloak of Nature.
Okay,
The Cloak of Nature. Yeah, I use my Cloak of Nature to try and conceal myself within the wood and go in as quiet as I can, which I assure you is quiet enough. Please do believe me on this one. And I try to see if there's anything in the back. I scout the area. We go outside and we can plan something bigger. And if there's nothing there, if it's not actually a hideout, we can also just leave without throwing ourselves into any more danger.
You're pretty stealthy, aren't you, Frost?
I again break the fourth wall and refer to my character. Yes, I'd say I'm quite stealthy. Yeah.
So I think wrecking the building is not a bad idea. Before we do that though, I'd like to ask Duke. I'd like to ask Dukenin, because we know that Dukenin has knowledges, Chaos Dragon expert, generally knows his stuff when it comes to chaos. We don't know that we know that around these parts there's a bit of a there's an swell of chaos activity. The eggs, the cultists around the various towns that we've come through so far. We know that it seems like a bit of a hotbed of chaos activity. So I'd like to speak to Dukenin and kind of ask him about this insignia. I want to know who we might be dealing with here, because we still don't know that they're actually necessarily enemies to us. So
if they're the same cults that attacked us, I'd say they are, but yeah, I guess so.
Well, we were attacked, but I don't think we were attacked by anybody wearing this insignia, were we, Face?
I don't think we've checked.
I can't remember.
I don't think we've checked, and that's
Well,
I don't know whether we explicitly made that connection. Okay.
That's fair.
Dukeman, we will put in contact with you by face because he referred you as being an expert on chaos and chaos dragons.
Chaos dragons, you say?
Yeah. So the reason we've been trying to track you down is we may have come across some chaos dragon eggs, and we were hoping to utilize your expertise to find out a bit more about them. These people that we've been following, they're wearing an insignia I keep seeing crop up around the place, and I quickly grab my pen and sketch it for him. I keep seeing this sign everywhere we turn. Do you know anything about it? Does it have anything to do with chaos?
He takes a bit of paper with the insignia on it. He says, yes, this is the insignia of the harbingers of chaos. You say you found a chaos dragon egg.
That's right.
Well,
more than one.
More than one. Well, there are only 4 left in the universe. So,
4?
You must be her chosen.
Her? Who's her?
I don't think I should give you that information just now. But, maybe somewhere down the line, if you prove yourselves to me.
And how would we do that? How would we prove ourselves? I've got kind of a lot of things going on at the moment. I've sold my soul. There's this girl I'd like to meet still in Drechibrana when we get back, if we could ever get a chance to get back. We're following these guys, and then I'm trying to find 7 golden lettuces. You don't happen to know anything about that anyway. I need to convert Jake into a cult of Puck.
People usually prove their worth through their actions.
Who are these?
I can do that.
Who are these harbingers of chaos? Are they dangerous? Sound pretty dangerous.
They are a sect of an ancient cult that once tried to destroy the universe. And they seem to have come back.
So definitely not friends.
No, not friends. I would say not. Unless you are one of them.
We might have a little bit of trouble here, Frost. Look, I think we need to find out more about these people. Why don't you see if you can sneak around the building quietly and see if there are any windows, hatches, other ways in, sub-basements, stairwells. Why don't you check the perimeter and see what we might be dealing with? Don't engage.
I can do.
We're a tiefling down right now. We can't afford to get in. We can't afford to pick a fight. We can't win.
I have this cloak of nature. I can probably scout the entire building, at least the outside, without too much hassle. Even the roof, if need be. Can I use that while climbing the cloak of nature?
Yeah, you can put it on.
Okay, so only my shoes would be visible then, probably, like from underneath only, right? It doesn't wrap around my shoes.
Well, it doesn't turn you invisible. It just blends you in. If you're like,
yeah, but somebody has to see me. Like, if I'm slightly concealed, I can completely hide myself, right? And we're in an alleyway, so only you would see me do it, right? And from there, someone would have to actively inspect the area or notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd be practically invisible.
Well,
right, Frost.
If you were in the middle of a room and you blended in, people would definitely know something was going on.
But if I'm on a roof, far away from the normal, ordinary view, I'd blend in with like the clouds in the back, right? Yes.
You would blend into the roof.
I turn into a chimney. Can we say that?
Just see if you can see what's going on inside.
But
don't take any risks, okay? We're 2 people down. We're still waiting for Pearl. If you get if there's any trouble, I'll use my pyrotechnics to create a distraction. Okay, so
by any chance, neither of you has like a spell, basically Skyrim muffle. I'm asking, just silence. None of you guys knows a spell to make me even more quiet, because if I do go onto the roof, there's a chance that the people below might hear something on the roof that's slightly larger than your average pigeon.
What I'll do is I'll cast guidance on you, so you can add a d4 to an ability check, and you can roll it before or after making the ability check. So that's if for any reason you're compromised.
If I have to roll stealth, I can just add a d4. That's what you're saying,
basically, yeah. So I quickly draw my ornate smoking pipe. I take a big puff and I touch Frost on the shoulder and say, "Go with Puck. Go with Puck, my friend." Grudgingly. I grudgingly say, "Go with Puck, my friend," knowing that will inspire my mad friend Frost to maybe listen to me this time. But if you get spotted, disengage and get back here.
Yeah, got it. And I'll just do like crawl. You have like a cardboard box. Can I just pull a snake and just put a cardboard box over me if I'm found?
There are no cardboard boxes around.
Shit. That would have been real funny though. No, I'll just crawl along the roof or crawl along the sides of the building, making sure not to climb over a window, because I assume that would make me transparent, right? Or like would make me transparent. You would just see through the disguise, right? Because I look like a wall.
It doesn't make you invisible.
No, I would look like the rest of the building, not the glass. So I'd look like the window frame, I guess, just entirely made out of window frame.
You'd be made out of wood.
Yeah. So you'd notice it, but I can blend in with the brick pattern, right? That's something I can do, right?
Well, let me show you where you guys are.
Yeah, let's have a gander. We need to think tactically here.
I'm gonna put it up on the stream. The easiest way of doing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was good. I got 0. Yeah, I guess I could technically stream it. How do you put me in a different mode?
It's gonna fuck up the cameras if we do that.
Okay,
so
here we are. Okay.
Do it this way. If you guys are in the game, actually.
Yeah, I am, but it's not pulling me in. You have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it now.
So we're behind this.
No, that's a different kind of. I thought, yeah, of course, it's run that. I don't know why I thought we'd get a tiled roof. This will make sneaking slightly easier. Right?
You guys are sort of just off the map here.
Okay, yeah.
The house. So basically, you guys are like.
This is the hideout we're approaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen them go into this building here. Earlier. This is where you followed them to. You know they are inside.
Okay.
And this lovely fellow is Duke Nukem.
Yep.
If you want him to respond with what was his actual name?
Dukenan.
If you want him to comment on that, because I'm saying it ironically, but if you want to make it a serious thing, I'm completely fine with that too.
Well, we'll see what Dukenan thinks about it.
Completely disregarding authority figures.
Okay, so what's the plan? Frost, Jayviel, Dukenan. You guys are there.
I'm gonna turn to Dukenan and say, if this goes south, can we count on your support here?
How do I move up? I can't move up.
Yes, I could give you a hand if you did.
How do you move up?
Frost, I think you should make your way around to the
to
the right.
Hold control.
I think you should make your way around to the right side of the building.
All right.
To see if there are any openings or anything. See if you can. I'd like to know how many people are inside.
I first conceal myself against the wall to get the texture right.
Alright, give me a stealth check with advantage.
Where is it? 20.
Okay, yeah, you're pretty hidden. Got the cloak on, you're blending into the wall.
I'll use this to signify me crawling, if that makes sense. This is the best I got. I can't do anything else. Alright, and I carefully make my way around the building, making sure I stay underneath the window.
Okay.
When you get to the window, though, can you peek through?
Can I? Would that put me at risk of
That is a window that Frost just crossing
window.
by on this. Yeah. Can you have a little peek inside, Frost?
Can I face? Would that put me at risk?
You can have a little peek inside if you want.
Alright, I have a little peek inside. See not only how many men there are, or if there's anything special, but also look for other ways in already. Can I see it on like a certain wall or somewhere on the roof?
You look in, and it seems supernaturally dark. Can't see anything inside.
That is weird, and I don't have anything against that, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm assuming making a hole in the ceiling wouldn't help. It's like the windows.
Try it.
I can. I'll make my way across the other wall. See if there's any more entrances.
You make your way down. There are no entrances. This is the side.
I make my way across all the sides, I guess, before heading onto the roof.
Yeah, at the back it's just a solid wall.
Right. And the other.
Yeah,
you don't see many skylights in thatched roofs, do you? Really?
Yeah, on.
It's not common.
You want to climb up to the roof?
I climb up to the roof carefully without trying to clip into the thing.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
17.
Cool. Yeah, you make it up to the roof, no problem.
Still just crawling on the roof. I try to find. There's no openings, is there?
No openings whatsoever.
Okay, I try to find the thinnest patch of like thatch that's there, so that like the easiest spot that would break naturally as well. Have a like little poke, see if there's anything inside. I think I do have a dagger, right? Do I not? Shit, I don't. I try to find the thinnest patch of thatch and try to make a hole in it.
Okay, you sort of tap this middle bit here slightly, and it just disappears. The room is very dark inside. You can't see anything. Yep.
Can I hear anything?
Nope.
I'm assuming this is just a peek through. I can't. Why isn't it updating for me? I'm just gone now. What? Game? Hello? I can't see it in my Till Spy version. I don't know what that's about.
Can't see what?
I can't see me in Till Spire or your changes. So I have to watch the stream, so it's a bit delayed. Can I have like a look? Yeah, I can't see shit. I can't hear anything either, you say?
No, can't hear or see anything.
Okay, so am I gonna do a frost and just jump in? Or am I going to... Okay, in the hole I made, like I'm assuming it's actually a tiny gap, right?
It's probably not that big.
Okay, I leave a couple arrows. I stick them in there. Let's say like 5.
Okay.
Next to it, and then I can just if they might conclude that this is because someone was just doing target practice on a bird or something, and they missed a couple times, and that's what created the hole. In the hope they don't think much of it. So I leave them in like in a realistic, all from the same angle, roughly, all from the same direction, and they flew in from the exact opposite side.
Okay.
And then, so I leave 5 arrows, which leaves me with 15. I go down again, carefully, still stealthily, and try to stealth my way back to the alleyway, back to the rest, and report.
Yep, you do that. You're back with the group.
No more rolls, and I still have to D4 for the next time. For the next skill check. Is there a time limit on that, on the skill check?
It's guidance lasts up to 1 minute and requires concentration.
So I'm okay. So that's gone. It's basically.
I was gonna say, yeah. I don't think it'd be a re-cantrip if we're going in.
Nah, it's a cantrip at least. Yeah, I don't have any cantrips yet. Wait.
As Frost was looking over the building, Pearl managed to find her way thanks to the little map, and has joined the group. You guys are all now together with.
Didn't we already wait until she came back?
No.
Oh. I'll do that now.
But yeah, you guys are all together. You're sort of standing in this alleyway. Frost has just got back from checking the building.
Okay, can we just say I tried to I did message her, right, to meet us? Yeah, I did. Short-term memory loss. I'm staying in character. Yeah, all right.
This is where the party's at.
What are you reporting, Frost?
So this is quite weird. You guys do notice that the sun is out, right? It is the middle of the day. Is it the middle? Maybe early morning, but the sun is out.
Sort of like 11, 12-ish.
So I got a good scout around the roof, all the walls. There is only one way in and only one window. The window is next to the door, and when looking inside, it was absolutely pitch black, and I thought maybe just the window might have been concealed, so I figured I created a little gap in the roof, like it's a tiny one, and then I left some arrows to make it look like there was just some shooting going on that would have caused the hole. I'm hoping they didn't, because I don't know if they can see me, if there's anyone inside even. But even from the roof, the entire room is just covered in pitch black darkness. Even after the sun got in, there's no light, nothing. It
sounds magical.
I think so too. Unfortunately, I have nothing at my disposal which could, dispel this darkness, nor do I have any way of seeing.
Dukenan says, I can detect magic if that helps.
If detecting, I think it's pretty certain that it is definitely magical, but if we can't actually dispel it, it doesn't really matter. I guess go ahead, can't hurt. You can see if there's. Can you see how much magic there's going on? If there's anything else weird, shady, or if it's just magic in the approximate area, because that would darkness would obscure also any of those chaos like the sways we've been talking about.
He is just going to use detect magic, which does this. Where is it?
I'm not class into rogue at some point to get the stealth attack thing, because I feel like that would be really useful.
Right, detect magic. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. Learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of... Okay, so yeah. Basically, he uses detect magic from the alleyway. He does a little chant. And he sees that the darkness is indeed magical.
This is the image to respond to that finding.
And he says, yeah, the darkness is definitely magical, but couldn't see anything else in there.
Do I want to respond? This would like a witty remark, like, oh, I wonder why.
I don't have any spells that can shed light in magical darkness, or light at all, but especially in magical darkness.
I think we need to get that door open and see
I
what's
have an
going on in there.
idea. We just barge in. This sounds like a great plan to me. Just open the door, get in.
I'm presuming my wand of pyrotechnics would cast some sort of light, albeit unpredictable and flashy in nature.
It does, yes.
But again, this would also, if these guys are hostile to us, are not yet hostile to us, launching a firework into there. It's effectively a firework, right, guys?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't do any damage. Yeah, it's basically like
Yeah, but I feel like such a fright might make him hostile.
This is, to be honest, that is largely if we open the door and literally can't see a damn thing.
Well, you can chuck a firework through the window.
There are issues.
You can chuck one through the window, and we can see if anyone comes running out.
I think we need to try and sneak our way in there and see what's going on in there.
What's the range on your wand of pyrotechnics?
I don't really think it has a range because it's.
Yeah, it's just
the
lights.
darkness is magical.
I'll tell you what it says. It says it has 7 charges. When holding it, I can use an action to spend one of its charges and create a harmless burst of multicolored light at a point I can see up to 60 feet away.
How do we get your charges back?
The burst of light is accompanied by a crackling noise that can be heard up to 300 feet away. The light is as bright as a torch flame, but lasts only a second.
So it will be very loud. Okay, so
it's more of a. I would say it was more of a. I mean, it's like trying to search a darkened room with a camera flash.
Well, it can also be seen as, hear me out, a flashbang.
But
yeah, but it won't.
Darkness tends to snuff out most light.
But also,
I would argue that my light is magic in itself. Because it's magical light. It's not a torch flame. It's as bright as a torch, but magical.
It could work.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I think if we open the door, in one way, we're either going to find out the room's empty and no one will notice us do it, or we're going to get confronted. And if we get confronted, I suggest we retreat to turf where we're on firmer ground, i.e., daylight.
But if we,
I don't think we all barge in. I think we get the door open, see what we're dealing with, and if this goes south, we fight in the street where we've got a stronger chance.
But if we throw in a flashbang instead, if there's anyone inside at all, they most likely come running out, expecting something, and we can, if they are hostile, fight them in the open. Or I could try to sneak back in if we get that wand of pyrotechnics to fire from far away enough, and then it explodes inside there. The bang is meant to be heard while it's 300 feet up in the sky. Actually, that might be a good.
In fact, why don't I use the wand of pyrotechnics to make a large bang and a flash
in there
above the hole that you've just created, so that they can hear it. They can see something's going on outside, and we see if we can lure them out.
You could
see if we can lure, because then we're not taking responsibility for what's happening. We're not invading their space, and we can see who we're dealing with. Let's see if we can lure them out to come and investigate and stay hidden. What do you say?
I like that idea.
I feel like a flashbang would be more effective to draw them out. I guess your plan could succeed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I use the wand of pyrotechnics to draw them out.
It's all a risk though, because if it's not inside there, the bang is a lot less loud, and they might.
But you've opened a hatch in the roof. I think that's what we do. Let's take defensive positions outside. Let's make sure we've got the jump on them. I'll make sure I've got the door covered with my acid spell. Let's buff up, and let's set off a bang and see if anyone comes out. It also means if the door's locked, we're not having to contend with the door before we have to deal with whatever's inside. Let's see if we can draw some people out and confront them, talk to them, whatever we're able to do. But let's see if we can bring them to us.
I guess if we can't even get them out, we'll use fire it outside. We can always still fire it inside afterwards. But if
it all fails, we still go inside. But maybe we can lure them out.
Can we not launch a firework inside? Isn't that a lot more effective to draw them out.
Well, I'm going.
Not if
What
it
I
doesn't
suggest?
work against the magical darkness.
Yeah, but the sound does. If you just hear like an enormous like bomb go off, effectively, that's the sound of a bomb going off.
Basically, what I suggest we do is we get into the best possible positions for us if we end up in a fight, and I'll launch a blooming magical firework over the top of their building to go bang right above that hatch, and see what scurries out.
Okay, I think I'll conceal myself next to the door using my cloak of nature, and if anyone can I see from the outside the door opens to the in or the outside?
I know which.
But I can't guess either from like jiggling it.
Okay. Yeah, you take position by the door.
Okay, if I notice, okay, but I'll check the door. If someone does come out, can I like make them trip to have them have disadvantage in a saving throw or something?
Well, let's see what happens. But if you're in position by the door, you're in the best position to get the jump on them if anybody nasty comes out.
Yes, and I'm also can be hidden while next to the door, which is not something that you guys can say. And also, you can't, of course, be next to the door if you have to fire one of pyrotechnics.
I need to stay. I could do with staying back a little because I'm no good fighting at close range. So I'm going to cover the door with a crossbow and my spell. And Pearl, where do you feel most comfortable? Where's your strongest range?
Also, before we do, I'd like to cast
ranged as well.
I'd like to cast my ice spell thing, Frozen Smite, as well before we do anything. Because it stays, right?
Okay, let's prep some spells.
Connor, can you put the Pale Spire view back up, please?
There's only one entrance, a window next to the door, and I'm standing.
Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to remember.
By the way, I'm standing between the window and the door because I think the hinges open the door away from the window, right? So they don't slam the door, and I get slammed between the door and the wall, basically. If it goes that way.
That'd be so funny.
Wherever the handle is, I'm standing on the side of the handle.
He just gets Michael J. Foxed in Back to the Future 2.
And I just fall there.
I like to think that inside Connor's head, the more that Frost sweet talks his way into trying to be in the best position, the more likely bad shit is to happen to him.
Yeah, you know it. Face is gutted right now because he had the Back to the Future idea and Frost caught it. Okay, I feel like we have a plan. I'm gonna find whatever cover might be. Is there any cover across the street? I want to kind of tuck myself into a decent firing position that gives me a straight line shot across from the doorway. I want to be able to like stare right down the barrel of that doorway if it opens.
Jayviel,
and I'm going to try and get myself into whatever cover may or may not be available.
Can I ask you one more thing? You have the cantrip that gives it a 1d4 on any ability check.
Yeah, I'm wondering who gets guidance, to be honest, because guidance is the one.
Oh, you only have one, right?
I think I want to be on like an opposite roof.
Does that work on saving throws?
I've got a different cantrip for saving throws. I've got resistance and guidance, so I can either give a D4 to an ability check, or a D4 on a saving throw. So I can do either, but it's one or the other, and any one person can have it.
I think a saving throw would be a lot better because assuming we take our time to get in positions, we would succeed eventually in being completely correct. Because we're not barging in until everyone's set, right?
Yeah.
We're not barging in at all. We're dragging them out.
No.
Yeah, we're luring them out.
But we're not provoking until we are all set. That's what I mean. I'm just really trying to make sure that Face has. If he does want to hit me, I better get a better saving throw.
Right. Well, you know what? I'll cast resistance on Frost because I feel like he's gonna be our tank here. So okay, I'm giving you resistance.
I'm gonna do a quick little ditty and give us all inspiration.
On which trace does this have to get every time?
Hit points, right?
What, inspiration?
Yeah.
No, that's the
Oh,
you can
yeah.
use a d6 on a skill check or attack roll, or saving throw.
So I've got a 1d4 and a 1d6. And Javen has... Everyone gets the 1d6 from you?
Yeah, everyone gets
Yeah.
1d6.
That's really good,
She'll
actually.
just sing a few short little songs about, hey, don't die,
Alright,
as we're all getting into position.
Dukeland, can we kind of your help as well?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be here to help you out.
I can bloody handle myself.
I was trying to do the voice, but my throat's really dry.
I'm just imagining Pearl like singing the little song to herself as she's climbing up to sit on the rooftop, just like under her breath, just like, I can do this, gonna kill them, I hope, shoot at them, not at Frost.
Okay, so Pearl is on the roof opposite the door. Jayviel, finding places to peek. You look down the street, and on your left there's an alleyway between two houses on your side of the street, and there's also one on your right between two houses on the side of the street. So you can pick one of those to go in.
Without being able to kind of see it, which one gives me the most direct kind of perpendicular to the door wall, like line of sight into the room?
They're both about 45 degrees.
Of course they are.
It'd be funny if you...
I will...
It's like holding a stone or something behind his hand.
I will take the one that's, as it's seen on stream at the moment, I'll take the one on the right-hand side. So that if the building to the left, the half building to the left, is that just another building?
Yeah, that's just another building.
Oh, sorry. In that case, I'll take the one to the left-hand side.
Okay.
So that if I have to spew acid through that doorway, I'm going to have line of sight into more of the building. If you see what
Historically,
Yeah, okay.
if there were swings,
I mean. So I'm going from left to right.
If the alleyway
Cool.
was small enough, and you'd have the right side of the wall,
So
you'd have disadvantage from it.
let me put you all in position. So Pearl is somewhere up here. She's above there. Jay is around here.
And I am... Hold on, let me get this straight.
And
Right
Duke-
about here.
yeah, Dukenan is basically in the alleyway that you guys were all in, around here.
Yeah.
But he's still pretty hidden.
He's hanging back. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Now I've cast... Okay, everyone get the spells ready. Everything's cast.
You've got your +6, and Frost has got his +4.
And the +6.
Yeah. And Frost's
plus-
ice sword is on.
Yeah. Isn't the +6 always on the next roll, or do I get to choose when?
You get to choose when.
You just have to use it within, I think it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, so you've got a minute on
Oh,
your
shit.
+4, and then 10 on your +6.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Everybody set?
Let's do
Everybody
it.
ready?
Okay. The adrenaline. I get a little rush of adrenaline, and you know, with that, I give my my cape a little billow. I haven't allowed my cloak to billow in a day or two, but all of a sudden it feels like, no, I'm a man with a purpose again.
This
And with a
marks-
little billow, I wield the wand of pyrotechnics and launch an absolute beaut of a chrysanthemum right above that opening in the roof.
Nice. A giant.
And you know what? In spite myself, I go, ooh. It goes.
a giant chrysanthemum appears above the building in a flash of light, and a really loud firework sound. That wasn't. Makes a firework sound, and there's a giant flash of light. Nothing happens for about 10 seconds until this door comes flying open.
Straight to face
I
Frost's
trip-
face.
No. I took the wrong side, and I trip whoever comes out.
This door comes flying open. Nobody comes out, but there is complete darkness. You can't see inside.
Okay.
Fire one inside.
I was just about to say, I'm gonna launch one through the door.
Alright, you launch one through the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire another one through. This one's a shrieker.
Nice. So you fire a
What? I love that.
Thank you.
You fire this shrieker through the door. And you hear a scream from inside. Ah! But no one comes out. You just heard a scream.
I thought you said we couldn't hear anything from the darkness.
No?
So how did we hear a scream?
You just couldn't hear anything when you were on the roof.
No one was screaming at the time.
Yeah, no one was.
No one was making any noise.
No one was screaming.
It was quiet.
But based on this, wouldn't it make sense that there's only one person, or there's multiple people, they're working in complete silence, which is also kind of why? Or they're mind flayers and they're communicating telepathically.
Do you have no?
When the wand of pyrotechnics did its thing the second time, the flash, as bright as a torch flame. I mean, Frost was stationed at the door. Could Frost see anything through the door when the shrieker went in?
None of you saw any of the light come out of the building. You could just hear the noise and then the scream.
Shit. I can see us kind of like looking across the street.
Pearl's resisting the urge to send a message to Jayviel saying, "I told you so."
Okay. I feel like our best bet would be to send Dukenum with his invisibility cloak inside. He's probably the safest. Because even if they have like magic... is it called magic vision? I don't know what it's called. But if they can see through the magical darkness...
I don't think anyone can see through magical darkness,
I
even
think
the caster,
demons,
if I remember rightly.
I think demons can. Or some.
People... Anything with true sight.
True sight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if they'd have that, one are probably screwed. But I think Dukenum is probably the best man to send in. Because even if they could see through it, they can't see through his invisibility cloak. Oh, actually, how does True Sight work?
True Sight would be able to see through an invisibility cloak, yeah.
Okay. Would I logically
Would
know
your
this,
character know that in-depth amount of detail about
Mm.
True Sight, though?
Yeah.
I think Dukenon would, but Frost definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, but upon asking Dukenum, he just politely declines, and in that case, I feel like either we retreat now and waste a perfectly good opportunity to barge in on something greater, which is really not me. But I don't want to leave.
I'd say I feel like you might have to get in there.
I don't want to almost die without people at least agreeing on the fact that I do go in, but I am fine going in.
I do. You know what? I'm out of ideas. Like I'm sitting there, like it's. I'm feeling this similar kind of just. This world is too much for me.
Okay,
that I felt the other week, where I'm just like, there comes a point where you just have to go, fuck it, and lean into the crazy. And that's what I did last week, and I think that's what I'm about to do again. I can see you itching by the door, and I kind of like, just my shoulders kind of drop. I'm out of clever tactical ideas, and I'm just like, I give you that look as if to say,
yes, Ross,
do your thing, man. I don't know what else to tell you. Like,
can I, now that can I say that if I spoke...
No, before you do. Sorry, I have to say, right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be like, Frost. I'm gonna take my 50-foot length of rope. I'm gonna throw the other end of it over, like the roll of it over to him, and I'm gonna gesture to him like.
Yeah, I get it.
To tie it around your waist.
I get in.
Right, if you're getting stuck, we can yank you out of there. If you're like something horrible happens to you, I want you to like get a safety line on.
Face, if I'd spoken to Dukenum, would you say that I could guess that they can see through the cloak of nature if they had true sight?
I mean, yeah, if you asked him directly, he would say if they can see through You know, if they've got true
Jayviel,
sight.
can you also refresh your cantrip, possibly? Because there's, like, half the duration is gone. No, right? I just know... It doesn't really matter, right?
I mean, I would, you know, it's up to a minute, but I suppose yeah, maybe when you finish tying on your line, I'm happy to... Yeah,
I'm just worried that if I get in and I don't immediately get that, because it's only on
okay,
saving
yeah,
throws,
yeah.
it's
All
not
right, you
on
know what?
damage.
In that case, what I do is I kind of like when I realise I'm a bit stuck, I scuttle across the street in behind Frost, and I tell him the plan. I'm like, we're gonna have to go in there, but we don't know what we're walking into. Here, take this line, put this round you. 2 tugs if you're in trouble. Okay. And then I resistance you, and I'm like,
all right.
By the power of Puck, man, get in there.
I take my Puck idol. I just hold it up like, please let this go well.
Of course, Puck is appalled by the amount of blasphemy because I am not a believer. This is purely performative.
Okay,
this could be going against you.
But I'm gonna try and deceive, and I take off the cloak of nature. I conceal it, and instead of carefully walking in, I run in and say, I heard a scream. Is everything all right in here?
Nice.
As if I'm not.
No, nice.
Okay, so you run in.
Good plan.
You run through the door, and as you can't see anything as you're running in, but as you come through the door, the room opens up, and you can see inside the room now. And there is a guy on the floor. That is the wrong.
So I can now technically see through I can't see through the darkness that covers the outside.
You can't see. You can see outside,
but they can't see.
But they can't see inside.
It's like a one-way mirror. Gotcha.
Yeah. Effectively.
Let me grab this guy because he is there. He's sort of on the floor.
I can't see him in Tailspire, or the stream is completely... Ah, there we go. Yeah, and the roof is not that bright, right, is it?
Yeah, from inside you can see the sun coming in.
Okay, yeah, but I made it tiny... Like, it's not actually 5 by 5, it's like...
It's like it's a 1 square hole.
Yeah. 5 by 5 feet with like a tiny pushing.
Look, man, it's whatever.
Sun rays go like this.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought like there was actually a 5 by 5 feet bit of roof missing.
You can see the sun coming in.
Okay, great. Yeah, I just didn't like. I just completely tore open the roof. Effectively, I thought it was maybe like that.
Don't get bogged down in the model.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. All right. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So you run in and you say that you're like, "Oh, I heard screaming. Is everyone okay?" And this guy is sort of like getting up, rubbing his eyes, saying, "Oh yeah, everything's fine. You should probably get out of here."
And I carefully say, have I met you before? Are you the guy? Oh, yeah.
No, we've never met.
Is this the guy that I called gay?
No.
Ah, shame. Can't go on that then.
No, we've never met.
Say when I came in here, it was just pitch black. Can you before I go at least because I at least took the effort to see if everyone's all right, which I find.
No, I think you should just leave.
What did we agree on? How many tugs is get in and fight?
Two for trouble.
Yeah, but which one was get me out and which one was come in?
No, there wasn't any of that. It was just 2 for trouble.
Okay.
I mean, presumably we were just outside the door. You said that sounds come through. We could just hear this, right? We could just hear him having this conversation.
Yeah, Jayviel was standing right next to the door.
Yeah, I mean you can. Yeah, Jayviel can probably hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, you gave.
You know what? At this point, I'm also going to enter the room. I'm going to be like, everything okay in here? Just kind of following up the same thing. We're just all going to, we're all making our way in and a kind of everything all right. the street has just bundled into this room.
Can Brill convince a random stranger to come in with us?
Basically, I'm just as terrified as to what you might do on your own as anything else. Sounds like there's a conversation happening, not a fight. So let's just get in there.
I was gonna tug 3 times, and then just hope that you would understand that it means get in here.
It's too late. It's too late. I'm in.
He just says, "You should both leave now."
Face, I do want to say this feels like a great cliffhanger because it's now an hour earlier than normal. You did want to go earlier.
It's fine. We can carry on.
I don't
Are
want
you sure?
I want to see what happens.
Yeah, okay. Of course, me too. But thinking of Face and your flight to Romania.
But sir, we heard screaming. What's going on? I put this impression here.
Seeing them both have gone in, Pearl's gonna scurry along and just kind of hang over the roof by the door.
Can they say Dukenum?
Okay. So you're there? On the roof?
Oh, I know what I'll do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming... I'm making an assumption here, but given that the room itself is like a one-way mirror and they can see inside it, I'm assuming they don't have true sight. And I said, mate, I think you know who we are. We know you're the bad guy. I just want to say one more thing. They don't have true sight, and I shout this in the hope that Duke responds to this. Because we were all knowing this is going to a fight, right?
Well, Dukenan doesn't hear you shout.
He does.
Because he rolled an 8 on his perception check, and he, Pearl probably heard it. Yeah.
Can Pearl just?
She's just gonna drop down from the roof.
Can you
roll her eyes?
Can she do the message thing?
And kind of look back to where she last saw Dukenan.
Yeah.
And
signal that they don't have true sight.
Just basically do that. Just
tell him to go in.
And hope that he follows her and she's gonna head in.
Okay.
Okay, as we do, I strike. I try to strike him. I don't know. Do I get an element of surprise as I do this? As I shout this?
You attack him.
Just suddenly.
You don't get a surprise because he's looking right at you.
Yeah, but if I suddenly do
we're mid-conversation.
Yeah,
I mean, it's surprising to be attacked mid-conversation.
It is surprising, but it's not like he doesn't know you're there.
I mean, they probably already know who we are, most likely, because I showed the egg 2 taverns back, and that's something the bad guy would probably hear from a spy.
Okay.
They probably know exactly who we are. So I give him a punch. Well, not a punch, a short sword.
As you go to attack him...
yes.
This happens.
Fuck it up.
And the floor gives out. And you all fall to the floor. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I can choose whether I add it later.
You can choose.
I can do it later.
You can do it after the saving throw. Yeah.
Wouldn't it let me do it? I'm gonna roll
21, baby.
I'm gonna roll the. Do you want to be D6 or the D10? Or the D10? I mean the D4.
But you need to roll a save, not a skill check.
Oh. I knew that. Fuck.
Oh god.
I'm gonna roll both and hope for the best. Alright, here's a D4. A 4, that's an 8. I might still save this. And a 2, that's a 10.
Okay, you all manage to stay on your feet as the floor gives way and disappears beneath you. Just vanishes, but you all manage to land on your feet. You are now in a little room. There are some cultists and a cult leader here.
In the cult, cultists, good guys, right?
And I'm gonna need you to roll initiative.
Here we go.
Right, here we go.
60.
24. Let's go.
Okay, so
That's a 19. That's a like almost a nat 20. Oh.
24, 16. What did you get? Sorry.
20.
20. Okay, and you guys are smashing it.
Well, I almost fell flat on my face already, which probably would have made me last, and also priority target. So glad I didn't get myself killed. I also whispered to Jayviel and Pearl that somehow I think you guys managed to save me, because even if it wouldn't have directly killed me, the consequences would have been dire.
Okay.
I don't know what you were just rolling for, but it's okay.
It's
initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just 8 d20 scared me. I was like, what is he doing?
Alright, let me do the turn order. So it will be Frost, then Jay. Wait.
Do I still have the rope?
What did you get, Zoe?
You do.
20.
20. Okay. Frost,
If I
then Pearl, then Jay, then all of these guys, basically.
I have an idea, but Face will have to tell me if it's allowed and if it would even work. Is Dukenham in the fight as well?
He's still outside, but he knows to come inside. He's
Can I?
invisible?
Okay. Can I? Would I be able to? Because I don't know how high the fall is, but I think
About 8 feet. It's about the same as a normal like room size.
I could, but that mean I could probably clear it. Actually, I have the movement thing right here. High jump. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet, 3 plus my strength modifier. Which means I could, if I move 10 feet. Which means that if I take a running start, I could actually clear the jump and jump out of the room.
Yeah, or you could take the stairs.
Oh, the stairs are still fine?
Yeah.
I thought, why would they not disappear? That feels. I was thinking too complex. I thought they would have thought of removing the stairs.
Are you guys Red Dwarf fans?
Yes.
There's an episode called Meltdown about the wax works that are fighting each other, and Lister describes a very long and complex method of escape, and then Crichton pipes up at the end and goes, or we could just use the teleporter. I'm just getting flashbacks.
Okay.
to that episode right now.
How big would the jump be from the stairs to the
10 feet.
and I have to walk around the stairs, so I think it would cost less movement for me to just jump up, because that costs me 10 feet of movement.
Are you not better up close though?
I'm actually thinking, because there's 7 of them, and I have the rope on me, that I use my movement to get out, and use action and bonus action to get you on the rope and pull you 2 out, provided I have enough strength. But I think I would with a 20 on strength. Could I try? We flee, because I feel like we're not going to win a 7-man fight unless these guys are extremely fragile.
Well, I'll tell you what I want to do. When it gets round to my turn, I want you guys clear and averting your eyes, because you know what's coming. and it's gonna be a straight line,
Okay,
30 foot long, 5 foot wide. I see a nice diagonal line of cultists that I've got queued up like bar billiards. And if I don't get the chance to use my gross ability in this battle, I'm gonna be annoyed. So that's my plan. But currently, like, I need to kind of be where Pearl is, or a little bit, probably where Frost is. So just whatever you do, don't end up in my line of goo.
Okay, I look around. I can see the men again then. Okay, if it's my turn. Okay, we've gone so used to fighting with one another, and we know how we fight. So I can distinguish the unique looking guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how I like to play. It's just priority targets.
Mm-hmm.
I
get after big one.
Going after big one, yeah, exactly. Because my hits, I can only do so many spells. I have to like do a hard one on them, like on the biggest bad, because the other ones can take
You do a hard one on that big boy.
I do a hard one on that boy. So I go up to the big guy, still having my frozen smite, luckily.
Yep.
I try to hit him.
Okay, roll your attack with your sword.
25.
25. That's definitely gonna hit.
I figured. It's a shame. It's so close to a crit. And then I trigger both the effects of Frozen Smite and Favored Foe. And of course the normal damage as well. So, what was it? Favored Foe, 1d4, it's marked, so every hit I do now until the minute ends on that target will keep doing an extra 1d4. And then on spells, it's 1d6, and then they have to do a Constitution saving throw, and otherwise they'll take...
Okay. Roll your damage.
Okay, so I've got 2d6 and 1d4 plus 7. 2d6 was 1d4. So that's 12 plus 7 is 19, and they will have to make a Constitution saving throw to see if the frost doesn't give them cryogenic burns.
Okay. So what was that? 19?
19 damage. 5 piercing damage plus 2 bonus because of my damage roll on dueling with a single-handed weapon. A 1d6 for the damage itself, 1d6 for the cold, and then a 1d4 for Favored Foe.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you bring your sword down. You do a lot of damage. You really sort of hit him hard.
And the Constitution saving throw.
He's still standing. Let me do the saving throw. I'll do it in Tailspire, just so you guys can see.
He has to beat the 14.
You got a 19.
Shit. That's not good.
So he's fine.
He is not good. And I use my bonus action to disengage. Can I do that? Is that a bonus action?
It's an action. I think as a rogue you could take it as a bonus action, but you are a ranger.
Is disengage a bonus action? No. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, so I'm on like a plateau, right?
Yeah, you're up above a little bit.
Can I push him off? Just doing gentle push?
I think that's also an action, right? It's pushing someone.
No. Pushing wasn't...
Well, it's pushing. Pushing is a bonus action.
I think.
Pushing is a bonus action, so I just push him up the thing.
You can only push him in the direction you're facing.
Okay,
doesn't it make sense for him to be still engaged with you? Because then if he tries to disengage and hit any of us, and you're gonna get an attack of opportunity on him.
Oh yeah, I can. If I try, what? If I push him away, I get an attack of opportunity. Does that work?
No.
No. If he tries to disengage from you and start on any of us and his go, then you can get to whack him at least.
That's
You're
fair.
still engaged with him at the time.
If he attacks me, I'm fucked probably. I'll keep it like this. But I do want to move to the wall, so I'm as far away from Javen's line of fire as possible.
Okay.
Because not at the stairs, to the back, and also preferably to like where the weird urn-looking thing is, like, so he can't push me off either.
You moved from what, here? 20, yeah, okay, you can make it here.
Oh, she's an action.
Yeah. So
Counts as melee.
Cool. That is good to
What's
know.
an action?
Push.
Well,
Pearl, it's your turn.
Yes. Okay. I want to kind of scoot alongside that staircase.
Okay.
The one that I'm sort of underneath. And stop like in front of the stairs to kind of block them off.
Okay, cool.
No. Hang on.
Gotcha.
Everything is delayed. So whatever you're saying here to is 5 seconds before I'm seeing it. Yeah.
every turn was 5 or 6 seconds.
6.
And then at the guy that's closest to me.
Yep.
Why did I lock my phone and put it over there? She's gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Is that an attack roll, or do I have to?
That needs a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving. Okay. Do that.
What does Dissonant Whispers do, Pearl?
That is the one where they hear a song in their head that only they can hear. That drives.
Yeah,
No,
Baby
it's
Shark.
a truly cruel one.
They got a nat 20.
Fuck yeah.
Now you hear
Wait,
Baby
hang
Shark.
on.
Don't you have like the
They still take
inspiration?
damage.
Yes,
Half damage.
I think so. Hang on. On a successful save, yeah, half damage, and they don't have to move away.
Okay.
So, but I still roll 3d6, and the song is gonna be.
It's surely got to be something by Imagine Dragons, given our opponents.
It's gotta be Barbie Girl.
Bardy Girl.
Despacito.
Come on now.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Come on now.
I'm a body girl. Yep.
In a Barbie world.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't care if it's a dad joke. That's gag of the week for me.
I rolled 2 6s and a 4.
So 16,
Math.
half,
I'd say
8.
that's quite good.
16, yeah, 8 plus whatever what's my spell thingy? 6. So
Just wait until I had level 3 phase.
8 plus 6.
Okay.
is 14?
Yeah. Okay. You sing this
That's
song
hard to say.
into the cultist's head, and
I'm a body girl in a body world.
That's actually so accurate to the actual thing.
and you see him just crumple to the floor, holding his head, just crumple to the floor, and is unable to take it anymore. He died. he died. There you go.
Okay, so we know that their health is 16 or less.
Jayviel, it is your turn.
Okay. I would like to position myself.
Yes.
On the diagonal with those first nearest 2 cultists. I want to hopefully get to the one that's in the bottom left corner of the room as the camera is at the moment.
So
See if I can hit them all with my 30-foot stream.
As close as possible, yeah.
Well, yeah, as close as necessary. But I would imagine that's an easy 30-foot.
Yeah.
Like 30-foot easily cover those 3. So yeah, those 3 down the center of the room.
We've got rulers here, so I can just stick a 30 goes all the way over here. Yeah.
You guys like full on invading personal space. It's like face to face, like literally face and noses touching. It's like.
Yeah. So it's actually the one in the bottom left corner. I obviously appreciate I'm on a delay here, but yeah. So it's actually a little bit more like.
Yeah, but this time
southwest.
you'd hit 4, right, instead of 3 enemies.
Can I hit? Well, I wouldn't get. Would I? I suppose I would get 4, wouldn't I? If I go.
This
Because it's
way,
5 foot
yeah.
wide, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so in that case, yeah, I'll do the. I'll do those 4. I give my cape another little billow. And I cast a quick look over to Pearl in a kind of like a don't look. And I hands up to my head, and I can feel the churning, the familiar hungover churning in my stomach as deep and disgusting magic surge through my chest. And just before I belch out a huge stream of steaming acid, I think to myself, come on, Bardi, let's go party.
And you let out billowing. You let out some
And then-
billowing as well. You had to
And
do
then
that.
with the billow, yeah. And then Tasha's caustic brew pours forthage. across the room.
Nice.
That's right. You know, I wasn't sure about the billowing cloak, but it's actually quite cool.
And you green laser through everyone. Do I have to make a saving throw for these guys?
So essentially, what will happen is every creature in the line must succeed on dexterity saving throw or be covered in acid.
Okay,
What's
what's your
10
DC?
turns.
What have I got to beat?
My damage class. Where do I find that one again?
It's in your spells.
Spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. DC. Where's it gone?
Top of the spells tab.
Top of the
Should be the
spells.
bigger number.
Oh, there we go. Spell save DC 15.
Okay, so I've got to beat a 15. Cool. Let's
Holy
see
shit.
how they do. Yeah, okay. So the first 3 just full on take this caustic brew coming out of God knows where from your body. And they just fully get drenched in it. This last guy manages to duck behind the third guy. He sees it coming, and he only takes half of it. So they take.
I don't mind admitting now that it is like a vomit.
Yeah.
It is essentially after many years on basically messing with chemicals, potions, magic, and alcohol. I have managed to
That's a poison.
develop this magic vom that comes from deep within. It's like a detox every time I do this spell as well. I do feel a little bit. I never want to admit it, but I do feel a little bit better when I cast it.
Is there like a later level? I would love it if there's like a later level, or we could add a later level homebrew effect where it just heals you like 1 or 2 hit points.
just clears the night before. So, yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay, so on the start of their next turn, they will take some acid
2d4 acid damage. Yeah, at the start of every turn from now on until they either use their action to scrape it off, or they can scrape it off each other as well.
I'll be working with resistances anyway, by the way, because I've just been rolling all my damage as if it were the same. But I've also dealt cold damage several times.
If someone has resistances, you may find out. But you don't know if these guys have any resistances or anything yet, and it is
okay. But I would have to roll my frost die and my piercing die separately in the future, probably.
No, you can just.
I don't think it affects the roll.
No.
They just take like half damage or something, don't they?
Yeah.
But
resistance is not immunity.
I'm just saying which roll is which one then in that case.
Well, but you don't know. Yeah. We'll get to that when we get to it. Yeah, we don't need to now.
Come on, we're in a fight here. Let's keep the.
This cultist is going to turn around.
We'll punch him.
Going to turn around and look at Frost. And he is going to use Misty Step.
Does what?
Boom. And he is going to teleport up here by the door.
Someone has to go after. Someone has to go after.
Oh shit. Yeah, he can't really do much else, but he's gonna shout down. He's gonna say, "Make sure you take care of these. I'll be back."
I can still track him for
typical management.
I can still track him until my turn and the turn after, unless somebody else dies. So.
Yeah, I mean, you still got your tracking on him, so.
Yeah.
You know where he's going if he leaves.
The direction. Yeah, if he leaves.
But for now, he's standing in the door, and that is going to trigger. Where is he? Dukenan. Pa!
Yes!
Dun, 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 dun,
Dukenan
dun, dun, dun.
is going to. What's going on here? Let's just get them outside. Why are they?
I still can't see any minis, by the way, on my end of Tailspire. So.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. Honestly, I have no idea. Duke Nen is going to cast Firebolt at this guy. Where's my
Can't control it for some
thing?
reason. Face, I kind of moved, I think. Oh, now my mini's back. I think it was here. Alright.
Zoe, as Pearl and Jayviel become tighter friends, if that is the way that our arc goes, I would like at later level, like maybe if I get to like get that caustic brew up to level 2, I'd quite like it if you could start holding my hair back for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It feels like Pearl would be a hair holder backer.
Yeah, definitely. She's got one hand. She's got one hand like holding the hair, one hand rubbing the back, and then every so often just coercing some water to come.
I was just about to say,
face.
Summoning some water.
Yep.
I got some. You'll feel better. Try and sip it.
Yep. Just like one little lot to clean the face, another little lot to drink.
Duke Nen rolled a 4, so his Firebolt misses. But
it wasn't his turn then.
Yeah.
Push!
I now
Oh
have
no,
to
he
roll.
fireballed, so he can't push. He should have just pushed.
There we go. He got an 18. Goes there just before Jay. Okay, it is now the cultists' turns, and they are not happy. Which one is it? This one is the one closest to Jay.
Please do take 2d4 acid damage.
2d4 acid damage. Do you want to roll the damage?
I would love to roll the damage. Yeah, that would be great. 2d4. Let's go.
Do they all take
6.
the same 2d4, or do you have to?
No, it's each one of them gets like burned at the beginning of every turn. Yeah.
6.
6 for the first one.
Okay, and it's actually this guy, so I was wrong.
Oh, sorry.
But he does take 6 damage. Okay. And he is going to run over and try and stab you with his dagger. Just a little stabby.
Little stabby.
Just a little London stab.
Yeah, what is your DC? What is your AC even?
My armor class is...
Doesn't matter because he rolled a 3.
In that case, I'll keep it to myself.
Yeah.
Average Londoner at work.
He rolled a 3. It is now this guy's turn. Where can he get to? Get to Pearl. So he's gonna go and try and stab Pearl. Just a little stabby.
That's all they have.
This reminded me of Bender's cousin. The stabby cousin, Bender.
No,
yeah. And he rolled a 14 plus stuff, so that's probably gonna hit, right?
Oh god, that was a really bad time for a yawn. Sorry. Probably her AC is 15.
Yeah, okay, that is gonna
So
hit.
if that stuff is literally anything above 0, yes.
Bam! And he hits you, and you take 4 damage.
I can't believe I've gone off unscathed. Actually,
So far.
So
it's
far.
early days.
Yeah, but usually the bad guy's like, how the hell did you stab me for 19 damage?
Yeah. Normally you're having a nap by now.
No. Normally like, that's a considerable amount of hell for me. Go fuck yourself, and then they stab me, and I almost die. That's how it goes. I should have been dead by now, Faye.
It's new buff improved. lettuce-laden Frost in action now. You're a new man.
My strength adds literally nothing.
This
It does nothing.
This guy is going to also run up and try and stab Pearl. And he rolled a 2, so that misses. It is now... Okay, that's the dead one, so it's not his turn. It is now this guy's turn. And he is going to run up to Jay.
He
Take
does the
damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll your damage for it.
I shall. And he takes a glorious 9. Oh, so he's 2d4. Shit. I did think that was a bit high. Damn it. Oh, that's not even near as good. 4.
I was really hoping you'd say a glorious 2 damage.
Okay, 4 damage. Cool. It is now which this one right in front of you. He also needs to... Oh no, wait, he didn't get his turn. Sorry, he's gonna try and stab you.
He's gonna try and stab me.
He is.
They're all just taking the acid.
He rolled a 9, and I don't.
My armor class is 10.
Oh, plus stuff that is gonna hit. Plus stuff that is gonna hit. So you are going to take.
Got a good plus stuff.
5 damage.
5 damage. Jesus. Oh, hang on a second. I've just realised. Sorry, my hit points are currently on. My maximum 17, but my current is 12. I must have taken damage last time, but that healed up, so I'm back down to 12.
Back down to 12.
Oh, I've got just remind me, I've got inspiration as well at the moment. Just generally that I've still never used.
It's for skill checks and attack rolls.
Skill checks and attack rolls. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I need to do. Okay.
No worries.
Hit points taken.
And saving
Oh
throws.
yeah.
Oh, and saving throws.
If you're on about Pearl's inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
Oh, okay. Is that the same one that I?
What happened?
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I was zoned out for a bit. I was zoned out.
We also still all have a DM inspiration each.
Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That means
That's
you
what I
can.
meant. It was
you
the one
can
on my character
That's
sheet. I just
just
couldn't remember.
Re-roll any d20.
re-roll
right?
any d20 that you want. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so it's this guy's turn. He is standing right next to you, Jay, so he's also going to try and do a little stabby stab.
But he also gets the acid damage.
He does also get the acid damage. He rolled a 6, so he's going to miss and take
4 acid damage.
4 acid damage. There we go. And last guy is here. He is going to run up to Frost and try and stab him.
I'm a class of 16.
16, cool. Ah. 8, and he misses. These guys suck. It's now your turn, Frost.
Okay, disengage to take an action, you say.
Yeah.
What happens if he does an opportunity attack? What exactly?
He gets to try and stab you.
But I can still get away, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I take a running jump because this looks like exactly 2 squares. So that's 10 feet. And I jump into the door frame because I'm not letting the big bad get away so easily. So I'm risking getting hit, but I jump into the door frame, which is something I should be able to do.
You can jump how many feet? Your strength
I can
plus
jump
5 or something?
Yes. No, 3 plus strength, which is
3
8.
plus your strength, which is 8.
I'm
Okay.
already slightly elevated, as you
Okay,
said.
yeah, you can make the jump then. He is going to try and stab you as you run away from him.
Again, I'm a class of 16.
He rolled a 1. He rolled a nat 1.
Yes!
So as you run away, he tries to stab you, but the force carries him forward, and he just slaps into the wall face first.
Okay,
Bam.
so I am able to hit Big Bad again.
Yeah, I guess.
I have my bonus action still, which means I can cast Frozen Smite again.
Okay.
And my old mark has not expired. And here's a little thing. The first time on each of my turns that I hit it, the favorite enemy, and deal damage to it, including when I mark it, I can increase the damage. So now instead of taking 1d4 from favorite foe, he takes 2d4 from favorite foe.
No, it doesn't stack like that.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
I've copied it. It copied it. It says literally here, the first time on each of your turns that you hit the favorite enemy and deal damage to it, including when you mark it, you increase that damage by 1d4.
Yeah, so the first time you hit it on each turn, you get 1d4 extra. It's not... They don't stack.
Ah, that's a shame. Well, still, 1d4.
Yeah.
So, basically the same roll as last time, provided that I hit my sword. So I'll roll for that. An 18.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
Great. I would have probably used inspiration. So I get, again, 1d6 piercing. That's a 3. 1d6 cold. That's a 6. And then 1d4. So we've got 11 plus 7 damage from the 5 piercing from my weapon base, and then 2 from dueling. So that makes 18 damage, and he has to make another Constitution saving throw to see if he's not hurt by the frostbite.
Okay, what does he have to beat?
A 14.
He beat a 14.
Alright, and I use my movement, because I have some remaining left. I moved 15 feet.
15 feet where? You're on a ledge. And
Yeah,
he's
okay,
blocking
no,
the
but
door.
yeah, can I not push him back? Oh no, I've used... No, alright. I just hope he doesn't push me.
Okay.
Or I try. And... Yeah, he takes 18 points of damage. How does that do?
Does alright. He's looking pretty hurt. Looking...
Alright, great.
Yeah, he's looking pretty worse for wear right now.
You're not getting away so easily. I shout at him.
He just sort of grunts back and goes, "Ugh! Leave me alone!" And now it's Pearl's turn.
Oh, this is exciting.
Okay. What I was gonna do, I can't really do right now. So I'm gonna change my plan. And I'm gonna...
Oh, you was gonna do something with me then, or?
No, I was gonna do something to stop him leaving, but I don't need to do that because you're right on him. So I'm gonna...
Well, I don't know, you can teleport away to somewhere I can't reach that quickly, I guess. I don't know how far Misstep goes.
20 feet, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Like 30 feet, I don't remember.
And we've got... Because this must have been seen by Dukenum, right? Or are we in the shadowy black right now?
He can see the guy, but he can't see.
Yeah, but he can see that he's been hit, right? Like suddenly he just looks a lot worse aware.
Yeah.
So, all right, right, yeah, I feel confident. And the Duke, whatever, Duke, I'll figure it out.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna do Dissonant Whispers again because that seems to be working well for me so far. So the guy that actually managed to hit me, she's gonna.
I'm getting an audio issue.
She's gonna cast it at him
on Twitch. Can you hear me, Arcanum?
On which one?
Let me check audio. Actually, there's none. There is none. Oh, that must